Curious to hear from him.
How's he doing, man?
How's he doing?
What happened?
I mean, Jenks.
How are those clubs doing?
Yeah.
What's going on with you? I mean, I'm hearing too many disturbing things. I'm losing faith in you, brother.
Yeah, well, what happened, Howard, was I went away for a while.
What do you mean you went away?
Here's the story. Captain Jenks has
the whole story.
Well, let me first just update people because they might not know what they're doing. Captain Jenks, of course, is the phony phone call guy. You know, we like him and all that. He's been making phony phone calls for years, and we play him here on the show. Then he started a little business where he'd show up at these bars.
And he's been doing it for years.
And do like Howard Stern Trivia Night and all these things. So
around Philly.
He would sign contracts with these bars. Next thing I know, the guy has stiffed about 20 bars, I don't know, 10 bars, I don't know how many.
Is something going on in his life now? Because he's been doing this for a long time, and we never heard anything bad.
So we started,
and then all of a sudden.
We started to get a lot of letters from bars saying that Captain Jenks was guaranteeing them mentions and guaranteeing them that he's going to show up and do a trivia night, and then they'd give him money, and then he wouldn't show up.
Right. Somehow he was getting paid up front.
And I refused to believe it. But now I do believe it because I've seen too much evidence against Captain Jenks and gotten too many letters.
You've seen the evidence.
Yeah, Jenks. I mean, really. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, pal, but that's not cool.
Howard, was it was basically a situation where, I was chugging along. I mean, but I also had addiction problems.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, basically what happened, it came down to, first of all...
What are you addicted to? You have no money.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
Well, you have to understand something, Howard. There's no... I have my preference, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't about preference. If you have an addiction problem...
Jenks, you're being very cryptic. What are you addicted to?
My preference was prescription painkillers.
Okay.
All right? But if you're an addict to everything. You can't just stop one or the other. You got to stop it all.
Right. So what were you doing?
I was doing prescription painkillers.
Okay. But you said you were doing it all. So what else were you doing?
Well, prescription painkillers, drinking, stuff like that.
Well, Jax, I remember a few years ago you called the show and you'd said you had just taken an Oxycontin and you wondered if I ever did because it made you feel incredible. Exactly. Do you remember saying that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Did it start before then or after that? Because it made it sound like you just took one and were high.
It was going on for a while.
Uh-huh. And is that what you were...
Obviously, that type of lifestyle will catch up with you. And what was happening was then my car went, and, rent gets, not paid and this and that.
Well, that's like, Chris Rock told Howard, if Artie's really fucked up, if you fire him, he'll be broke in 3 months. But so what were you buying, man? You were buying Vicodins and Oxys and all that shit?
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I don't understand. You're saying now that you got so strung out you couldn't pay. You were buying so many pills you couldn't pay your rent.
Couldn't pay my rent. I'm just saying.
Did you lose your job?
Everything's gone. Today's the last place that I'm in my house. As of today.
You mean you can't? Wait a second. You can't be on Oxycontin and work at a gas station?
Well, you can't be an addict and continue. It has to stop.
Here's what happened, Howard. All that shit, that's all heroin. It's just in pill form. It's opiate. Exactly. So you get addicted to it like you get addicted to heroin. That's how I started.
Think you'd be able to keep a garage job.
But what happens is, in other words, first you need 10 to get high. Then you need 20. Then without 20, you're not even high. You're sick. Right. You're in withdrawal. So then you need 25 just to feel normal. Right. And then you want to be high again because you're an addict, so then there's no stopping it. So you'll start stealing from everywhere. Right. And
Artie understands perfectly.
So first you got to go through withdrawals, and then you got to go to, detox. Did you get Subutex? Or is that too expensive for you? That's probably too expensive for you.
Well, see, that's the thing.
So wait a second. I don't mean to keep interrupting, but let me stay on topic here. So how did you get into this whole thing with stiffing all these bars? Like, why didn't you just show up and do the bar appearance and get more money?
Well, the first thing that goes is my car.
Yeah.
And so you can't get to her.
So what I tried to do was rent a car every week, so that I could at least get to the appearances. And by doing that, that's opens up a whole nother can of worms. Whereas, you got to pay a lot of money to rent a car for a week.
I could paint an exact picture of what he was doing. Probably because what happens is when you feel all right, you make plans.
Right.
I'll be there, I'll be there. And then, I don't know, this is the genius part of this. I don't know how in the fuck he got these bars to pay him in advance. I mean, I do stand-up and, you know.
You have to wait.
With the most legit people, and they don't want to send you something in advance. So I don't know. That's the genius part. But anyway, he somehow gets them to send him money. Then he blows it with pills, and then when the time comes to do the gig, he's strung out or he can't make it.
It shows you what a bright guy he is, that he can get this business going and get money in advance, but he doesn't want to apply it to work. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the bottom line, what it came to is, I mean, nobody really knew. I didn't tell anybody. But what it came down to is I finally did go to people that were in my life that were, family, close friends, explain the situation, and basically what happened was it was like an intervention, and I went away to rehab.
Now, do you owe Steve Langford an apology?
No, he's still mad at Steve.
Why? Steve was telling the truth.
Yeah, but look, you don't want the truth to be known.
No, the thing with Steve was the whole Steve thing was it was a catalyst. I mean, it initially turned out that I missed one or two. But then it got worse as the result went on because,
Jenks, you're still in a bit of a denial. I mean,
no, because I'm saying I couldn't get bookings.
Well,
that's not true because you had, Jenks, I know because we saw like 8 or 9 people before you went to rehab that were bookings that you didn't show up to, and I can't believe, so you got those bookings and you didn't make it there.
Right, yeah. So, Jenks, so here's the question. So now you're telling me you're homeless?
Yeah, Howard, Jenks is getting out today. Right?
No, I'm homeless, but I'm sober.
He's getting out today, but he has nowhere to go. He lost the place that he was living, and he was telling me for whatever reasons he can't go live with his parents, so he's probably going to end up in one of those sober houses.
How come you can't live with your parents?
Well, Howard, they're not in the best of health, and they're retired, and it's not a situation where it's not an option.
How do you have money for a sober house?
You don't have money for that. I mean, you just got to do what you got to do to make it. I know I'm going to go to meetings today.
But how do you go to a sober house if you don't have money to pay for a sober house?
You got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know what you're saying.
He doesn't have to pay for it.
He does not know. I spoke to him earlier this morning. He doesn't know where he will be sleeping tonight. Is that right, Jenks?
That's correct.
But initially, I don't think you have to pay for a sober house initially.
Right. You got to do your best.
Where are you right now?
Well, this is my last morning here.
Oh man.
So
that's rough.
I don't even have any heat in my house. I mean,
Can't he move into your screening room, Gary, with the bar and the?
Right. If you move one of the stools, could Jenks be one of the stools?
So Jenks, you got to go get a job.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Well, where's he going to work though? I mean, he's got like a bad reputation. He can't get a recommendation now.
Which is why he might be mad at Steve Langford. But anyway,
I just want to ask Jason a question. We figured out that there's like 8 or 9 appearances that you didn't show up to. So where did that money go to your habit, or where did that money go to?
Well, renting cars. I was chugging along, and like I told you, Gary.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. You were making enough money where in the past you were making a profit. So now you got that money and you go to the appearances. How did you lose it all?
Oh, it all goes to the pills, sure.
He says he was chugging along, but he was chugging along stiffing people.
Yeah, right. He'd start doing nasty shit. Hey, where would you get the pills? From a dealer? Would you try to scam like pharmacy shit? Like how would you get the pills?
I never scammed a pharmacy, but you can get anything off the street, Artie.
Yeah, but how much were you paying for it?
It gets expensive.
How much is one Oxycontin?
Well, I mean, on the street, you can get it for something like 20, 30, 40 bucks.
40 bucks a pill?
A pill, yeah.
Wow.
So those are 10 pills, that's one appearance.
See, that's the thing. That's why people graduate. See, I never graduated to heroin, but that probably, my therapist at the rehabilitation center said that would have been my next step.
Yeah, but that probably would have been a good move for you.
Yeah, actually, that makes sense to go on heroin.
Better for your liver.
Economically, it's a good idea.
What, and now, for like were you taking 30 milligram Oxycontins?
80s.
Oh my God! And so you would need 10 80s a day type of thing?
Something like 6.
Yeah. Wow, 80 milligrams. That's 400 milligrams.
But the bottom line is here.
Did you ever resort to like blowing guys to get money?
No, never happened.
Good.
All right.
But the bottom
the right
line
size
here is that I just wanted to, clean myself up and sober up. And what I'm doing now is just trying to get myself back on my feet.
All right, good.
And I want everybody to know that I had appearances with. I'll do the appearances. I'll do whatever I got to do to make it up.
You will honor your appearances.
It was never my intention to not show up.
You're a good man, Jenks. I'm pulling for you.
I'm just doing my best to get everything back on my feet again.
Yeah,
all right.
All right. Prescription pills are bad shit.
It's just I go to meetings all the time and stuff like that. And
well, I had no idea you were struggling with this, but I am very, very.
Nobody did.
I'm very, very happy to hear from you because I was worried about you, and I'm glad that you're straightening out your life. All right.
Thanks.
Jenks, I may have
Keep it on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, Jenks, I may have to call a station and say that you're dead and see if they'll report it, like you did with me, because now it looks like you have the same problem, don't you?
They have the death pull on me.
Jenks is a good guy.
I can relate what you were going through by listening to, you know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you for relating to it back then by calling a news station and saying I'm dead.
I never did that.
It sounds to me like Jenks has hit rock bottom.
Exactly.
This is what they call it, Howard. Yes, when you've lost everything, that's a bottom.
No. Blowing a guy, that's going to be rock bottom, and he says he hasn't done that.
With Jenks, now he's going to be on the comeback trail. I hope when he hits the heights again, when he's on top like he used to be. When
Doesn't
he was working,
need to celebrate.
When he was working at the gas station and making these bar appearances, I hope when he hits the heights again, he doesn't let this get to his head.
Because remember,
there was never a gas station.
What?
Oh, really?
What did you do?
See, well, the thing is any place that I worked didn't want me to come out and say that, who I was.
Right.
Oh.
So they say if you it would be a situation where if you ever say where you work on the show, then you're going to lose your job by the next day.
Oh, so you didn't work it again.
So I would say that just so that I wouldn't, lose my job.
So
but what was your profession?
Well, I basically did any jobs that were around.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, but you're indicating that you were employed steadily by someone because they got mad at you. Who was that person?
I mean,
no. I just want to know
what type of were you a school principal? What was your real occupation?
Actually, at one time I worked for I don't even know if I should say this. I worked for U.S. Healthcare.
Oh.
And I was basically told if you ever say I was called into the office of like the president of the company, and I didn't know why. And he said, if you ever say where you work, then that's it.
I'll tell you how brilliant this guy is. You see, here's a guy.
He won't tell us what he does. He's still not.
This is what he worked for the CIA, obviously. One of the things that is the reason I got to tell you how brilliant this guy is. Here's a guy that used to, he'd get through to every major news organization and make these phony phone calls. He was the night Bob Hope died. Who was on CNN as his longtime writer?
Oh, I love that call.
Captain Jenks. That's one of his best. And it shows you he's a genius. I've said for years. Once in a while, you meet like flim-flam guys who scheme. They can never have a straight job. If
and
they
they're
did,
brilliant.
They're brilliant. Criminal mind. Now, I'm not saying that Jenks is a criminal. But he's one of these guys. He's so brilliant with these phony phone calls and things. And
the way he would set it up, sometimes he'd have multiple phone calls, all kinds of things.
And I got to figure there's a place for this guy if he could just straighten his life out because he's a bright guy.
There is a place. It's called the Sober House.
Well, all right. But you know what I mean. After the
really
Sober
would
House.
love to know what he did, like what kind of skills he has, but he won't.
What kind of what?
No skills.
Skills.
He doesn't have any skills.
You tell his skills are phony phone calls. He's a con man. Hey, Jenks, did you go through withdrawals on your own? You just got through it on your own?
Yeah, well, when you go through rehab, what they do is they kind of wean you off over the day.
Oh, so you had medication.
Process.
Yeah, he had medication.
And I've even considered methadone clinics and stuff like that. But then you also have to figure if you do that, then you're just substituting one drug for another.
No, you get addicted to methadone.
Right. So I'm trying to do it just with nothing at all, and just go to the meetings, and the meetings help.
I'll tell you what, Jenks, to get you back on your feet, I'm going to give you $500 cash courtesy of Sex Drive on DVD. It's ruder, cruder, and neuter.
Than what?
Than anything.
Oh.
Own the unrated cream-filled edition of Sex Drive on DVD and Blu-ray tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I've seen Sex Drive. It's a funny movie.
Yeah?
Yeah, I watched it. And the and the unrated version is real good because just in the middle of the movie, they just have naked chicks walking around. Like you'll be in the middle of a scene.
It doesn't have anything to do with the scene?
Nothing. and just all of a sudden, there's a naked girl waving.
Just they cut it in.
I love that.
Oh, my goodness.
It's like if they put Spider-Man in every movie just so you could say hi to you. Anyway, okay, Captain Jenks, there's $500 for you.
I appreciate that.
All right, you're welcome. And
if I had an address for you to send it to, that'd be great.
Well, we'll figure out a way to get it to you.
Yeah, I know. I could, have it sent to my family or something.
All right, hold on.
He would appreciate a wire.
So, Gary, are you surprised by Captain Jenks' revelation today that he's been on drugs?
No, I knew there was something wrong when I spoke to him like 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe like a month ago. I told Howard he's all agitated and was just acting weird, and I thought there was something wrong with him then. I didn't know it was drugs, but I had a suspicion that it might be.
Now, are there going to be any repercussions? Because, he's using the Howard Stern Show's name by getting these gigs.
Well,
is Howard going to cut him off or anything?
But we don't have him on in the sense that, like, he doesn't even get to come on the show and plug.
True.
He hasn't plugged anything on the show in over 2 years, so, he sort of does his own thing. I'm not happy about the fact because I think that people who work hard and have a business shouldn't lose money to a guy who's doing it in the name of the show, but I really have no real control over him, so he'll have to regain everybody's trust and see if he can go back to doing it again. But, we'll probably have him back on the show, have him in, and he can explain exactly what was going on, and then Howard can decide what to do from there.
Listen, we're reporting the story, but the Stern Show was initially contacted by bar owners. We then got contacted by a lot of bar owners. And the story is really in response to all these people who claim that they were hoodwinked and that Captain Jenks took the money and did not show up for these appearances. Now, as you remember, a month and a half ago, Captain Jenks was on the air on the Stern Show saying, Langford's lying. This isn't true. How dare he? Well, again, if we go in that studio with a news story, it's solid. You can bank on it.
You have your facts. Yes.
We don't go in there unless we have our facts.
Lisa G., speaking of her, here she is with some headlines, and then I have to get to about a million things.
Howard 100 News spoke to Sam Simon over the break, who was with Artie Lang in Las Vegas on a taping of Sam's new TV show for the Playboy channel called Sam's Game.
I fit a lot of Vegas into 40 hours.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I didn't fall off the wagon.
No,
but
no drinking.
I shacked up with a broad and I gambled quite a bit.
Did you
now,
drink?
Now, is this a paid girl?
No. This is actually a girl. Well, it's a girl who used to be paid.
She doesn't charge you anymore?
This is, I'll tell you.
She sees a future with you?
I might be falling in love with a hooker.
Is that true?
I really do enjoy this girl's company. But
wow. You know what? I'm going to tell you something.
She's a real person.
I'm going to tell you something.
A lot of people think whores aren't real people.
Can I tell you something? I know a couple of very famous people. I've heard about this.
Yeah.
And I've met them. Who have gorgeous wives.
Right.
Who supposedly they were call girls. And and girls that you would high priced.
I know
escorts.
I know a couple of names of celebrities that would blow your mind.
Yeah,
chicks.
You too, right?
Really?
No, girls who were call girls. I don't know if they're married.
You're right.
They're celebrities in their own right now.
Right. And and what I'm telling you is, I know of guys who are famous who have hot wives.
Right.
They married their call girl, their escort.
Right.
What they do is they sort of clean up their background. They don't, they don't ever mention it.
They get the police records.
Well, I fucked that over already.
Yeah, you fucked that. But the fact of the matter is, it's not the most unheard of thing.
I don't think it's happening. She has kids, and she lives in all the way across the country. But I do it. Listen,
well, you want a family.
I care for this.
You
girl.
tell me you don't have to pay her at all. Did you give her gifts?
No,
do you ever say to her?
I don't have to do anything. No.
But do you end up giving her something anyway?
Not this time.
Right.
I was down money. But if I win money, I'll give her something. Like a dealer.
Right. A tip.
Like a blackjack
good luck
dealer.
tip.
No, I never cash anymore. That's a little gauche.
So you went to Vegas. You went out to Vegas. Sam Simon has a new TV show where he gambles, plays cards, and you sat at the table with Norm and a couple other guys.
Right. Okay. It was me. It was Norm. It was Dave Attell. It was Jeff Ross, and it was Playboy Playmates. I sat next to most of the time. I sat next to Brandy Roderick, who is
gorgeous,
the hottest chick I think I've ever seen in my life.
Now, what's she doing? Is she playing?
She's playing poker.
She can play.
So, but here's the funny thing
about... What does
she
wear when she plays poker?
She's wearing this, sequin-looking top and real tight black pants. And then they had all these I got 3 phone numbers of Playboy chicks who were serving us.
You mean...
Like bunnies?
And you were able to get their phone numbers.
Oh yeah, texted them and everything. I got a gig.
He's a big star on the show.
I got a gig at the Hard Rock Cafe in Vegas, June 27th, and 3 of them are coming. It's a slam dunk.
Do you think really? Do you think they're interested in sex?
What do you mean?
I know. Well, a couple of them, it's a slam dunk.
Are these girls who appeared in Playboy magazine in the pages?
They're bunnies. They served us food. I don't know.
So they're
bunnies.
Yeah,
a couple of them did.
But they were in the magazine.
Yeah,
that's high level printing.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking. This one might be the hottest chick I've ever seen in my life. This girl from Michigan.
And you got her number, and maybe there's
yeah. She's very sweet.
All right, so you go to the TV show taping. You play cards for what, charity?
And Ralph was there too.
Ralph is there.
Okay, so Ralph.
I don't know. At the table?
Look, I don't know I don't know the details. Okay.
How does Ralph end up?
I was told that Sam flew Ralph out first class.
Wow.
Gave him, and now we stayed at the Palms, which is a beautiful hotel. The Palms has a brand new tower that is all just luxury. It's not,
not a casino.
You know how at the Hard Rock sometimes you could hear the casino going on all night?
Yeah.
This is for people who don't want to hear all that shit. So they put Norm and Attell and myself and Ralph up in these huge suites. I had a view of the whole city. It was gorgeous.
Right. And Ralph had a nice suite as well.
Ralph told me he had the same suite I had.
Wow.
And he got flown out there first class, and he was there all week. And he was playing in the game like it was celebrity. It was all comedians.
And Ralph.
Playboy, centerfolds, and Ralph was there. I mean,
Now, does Ralph sit at the table, and is he part of the taping of the TV show? So he is a celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. And he's billed as Ralph from the Howard Stern show?
He's billed as Ralph Sorrell. That's what I saw on my thing.
All right, okay.
So here's the funny thing about Sam. Now, we're playing on the Playboy channel. Okay, so it's a TV show. And all of us, like I said, exactly what you just said. It's for charity, right? Or whatever, or just for fun and stuff. Dave Attell thought that too.
Sure.
So at the end of one round of play, I wasn't here for this round. Attell lost $1,000 or whatever.
Okay.
So at the end, some guy comes up to Attell and says, "So you owe Sam $1,000."
What?
Wait a minute. Are you serious?
You're doing Sam a favor.
You're doing his TV show.
Right, but if you lose money to him, he could lose money to you, and you could lose money to him. But Sam is billed as a professional poker player, as is Norm Macdonald.
Right.
So there would be an advantage there. And there's also professional. Jennifer Tilly played, too.
And she's a pro.
And her husband, Phil, this guy who's a pro.
You mean to tell me Dave loses $1,000 and they say you owe Sam $1,000?
It gets so much better.
Okay.
So the next day, now I'm playing with Attell, okay?
Yeah.
And Attell goes, "Did you know this isn't for charity? Like I owe Sam $1,000." and I went, you know what? Knowing Sam, that doesn't surprise me, but I would have had to been told that it's for charity.
Yeah.
Because they give you $500 to start. That's your money.
Right.
And you also get paid $1,600 for being on the show.
Oh, okay. So Attell is working for nothing.
But Sam knows. the kind of people he's with. So, but like we told Norm and you, if you want more than $500, Sam will loan it to you.
Loan it to you.
Right, and then, of course, if you lose...
What's the interest rate on that?
There's no interest rate, but if you lose more than what you borrowed, you owe him that money.
Well, if he is a supposed expert player...
He's a professional.
If he's a professional poker player, why would I want to go on his TV show, help him out...
And lose money to him.
And lose money to him.
Degenerate gambler?
Yeah, I guess so.
So this is what happened. So I said, "How much you giving me?" $500. I said, "Well, I need way more than that."
Sure.
I said, "Give me $5,000." So the guy immediately, like a loan shark, goes, "Absolutely." Sign Artie up for $5,000. He gives me $5,000 in chips. Now, the start of the TV show that has me and Attell and Norm at it, Sam opens the show by completely humiliating Attell and going, "Listen, on camera, Dave didn't know that he really owes me money, so Dave has to give me $1,000 and then we'll start." So now Attell on the TV show is taking out his wallet.
Dave doesn't have $1,000.
Well, Attell's got the money, but he says, "Thanks, Sam. Well, I don't know we were going to do this on the air." So he takes the money out of his wallet. He gives the guy, Sam's producer / bitch, I don't know, gives the guy the money, and then Attell buys in for another $1,000. Me and Norm each buy in for $5,000.
Oh, my God.
So now here's the rub here that I get pissed off with. It's also a TV show.
Sure.
Okay, so now Sam, Norm, myself, and Attell are all at the table. Sam wants the show to be funny, okay?
Right.
So there's also 2 Playboy playmates there. So now who do you think the funny falls on there?
You.
Right, of course.
And
Me and Norm, right. But Sam and Norm are such like crazy card players. They're concentrating on the game.
They're not being funny.
Okay, so now me and Attell are looking at each other. Every time I started making jokes, you know, and like I would throw in like when I didn't really have a good hand to be funny and stuff, and I was doing shit that I thought would be entertaining.
Right.
But at the end, you lose money, and it's like, okay, you're being funny. Sam wasn't being funny.
Right. He was making money.
Right. He was making money, I guess. And then me and Norm started doing some stuff. We were trying to be funny.
Let me get to the bottom line for a second.
So there's two different things going on here. There's a poker game for real money, or are we trying to entertain people? Because I can't concentrate on both things at the same time.
Absolutely not.
So,
well, why are you feeling all this pressure?
I started getting a little pissed off, and I started playing for real.
Okay.
I started really getting into it. So now at one point I was up 11 grand.
But you know what this is like? This is like being asked to do a guest starring role on, let's say, ER.
Right.
And then being charged a hospital bill. I mean, I never heard of a show like this. But although I have to hand it to Sam, it is a reality show. You're really playing for real.
It's like doing Letterman, and at the end of Letterman goes, listen, I'm a pro pool shooter. You want to shoot pool for me?
Right. Yeah, I mean, all right, so anyway, you start
now
to play
I'm in
for
the game
real.
now. But me and Attell, we're casual poker players. Me and Attell are now in a game with a Playboy Playmate who's hot as hell, which is very distracting.
Now,
and three professional poker players.
Is the Playmate putting up her own money? Brandy Roderick has that kind of buy-in?
No, she just took the $500 from the game, and she would. You get $500.
Is Sam really going to take her money too?
I don't know if he did, but she didn't have any chips in front of her at the end of the night. But listen, if you only bet the $500, you don't lose anything.
Right.
I lost. We lost because I put an extra $5,000 in because I wanted to play like a real thing. So now I'm up $11,000.
Wow.
At the end of the first round. So if we stop there, that would have been it. But they take a dinner break and we do a second round.
Okay.
Now, they send me out into the fucking casino with, I'm like, fuck it. I started really gambling. I'm playing craps. And then, so I go up to my room and I call this broad. And the producer of the show says, look, you got to come back down and do the second round because, like it's a TV show.
Right.
So I'm like, all right. So I go back down, and I win the first couple of hands, and then me and Norm get involved with this hand. Now, Norm is a really good poker player, all right? And I've played poker with him for years, but I kind of know, like, I'm not going to say he has a tell, but I kind of know when he's got a hand, I think. Because Norm is great at making an I don't give a shit face about everything.
Right.
So, it comes down between me and Norm and whatever you got. I mean, so many people know about poker now, but I had a pair of kings with like a queen high.
Okay.
That's all I had after the flop with everything in beginning. So me and Norm start gambling, and I can tell by the last card, the river card, that he doesn't have anything.
Right.
But so I bet a lot of money. He bets a lot of money, and then I go all in to end this one round with Norm. On the river, the last card, Norm gets a flush, an ace-side flush.
Wow.
Okay, so and it looks like he played it perfectly, and I'm like, oh, so I'm making jokes about it. Again, there's cameras all over you, like be funny or do something. So I lost probably all 11,000 on that hand.
Wow.
I buy in for another 5. Okay. So we finish out the last couple hours, and I ended up down money. I ended up down like $8,000. I think Attell won money. Norm must have been up, and Sam was up money, I'm sure. But the second round, Jennifer Tilly stayed. Me and Jennifer Tilly did a movie together. So the whole time we're telling stories about.
Well, can you leave the game? Let's say you're winning, and you say like a real poker game. I want to leave.
Not until
I want to take my money and go.
But what if you're losing and look, Brandy Roderick?
Then
has
you
to keep
can go
buying
out.
In?
They have people that just the first Playmate dropped out in 10 seconds.
Right.
She lost her money.
Okay.
And then Brandy sat down, so she was sitting right next to me. I keep ordering food from the waitresses. Like, there's a lot of distractions going on. So at the end of the game, Sam closes everything. Sam has a catchphrase, too, by the way.
Oh, what's his catchphrase?
I go, what's your catchphrase? He goes, watch, you'll love it. So Sam looks, that arrogant Sam, he looks at the camera and goes, okay, we had a big excitement here, a couple of big hands. I think Artie's down some money. This is Sam Simon. Remember, it's just a game.
Remember, it's just a game.
Because he's got all the money.
Right. So, so now here's the funny part. The producer comes up to me, the guy who's going to tell me how much I owe Sam now.
Right.
At the end of the night, and I'm aggravated. Sam's trying to close the show, and I just go in back of him every time and fuck it up, going, I lost money to the guy who created the fucking Simpsons. I said, yeah, you got to kill me to get that money. I'm not fucking sending you this money, but I pay my debts, whatever.
What?
So I'm figuring out. I'm trying to count to figure out how much I'm down. But this guy who produces the show, he knows. He's keeping track. He knows everything. He comes up to me and real casually off camera says, listen, we did the math. Okay, listen. You owe Sam $8,010. But I'll tell you what. Let's call it $8,000.
Oh, isn't that nice?
He's going to throw in the 10.
He let you go the 10?
$8,010. And then he goes, but I'll tell you what. Let's call it $8,000.
You know what? That's a mensch.
So now I leave the table. I owe Sam $8,000.
Right.
I go up to him, and Sam comes to me and goes, thank you so much for doing this. Because, look, we had a vacation. Vegas is fun.
Right.
But I had stand-up the weekend before and the weekend after vacation. I might have done something else.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And besides lose $8,000 to Sam.
There's a broad I'm kind of seeing. I might have went to, like, I don't know. I was thinking about
take
going to
her on vacation.
Oh, yeah, something like that. So I'm not seeing this bro. We're committed.
So what did you do? Did you write him a check for $8,000?
So I go up to Sam and I say, listen, it was great being here. He goes, thank you so much. It was a big favor. I know you're on vacation, blah, blah, blah. And I say, yeah, Sam, no, don't worry about it. You're welcome. I'm glad to do this for you. So where do I send the $8,000 I owe you?
So have you
and
paid
I thought
him yet?
Maybe Sam was going to go, come on, it's a TV show. You help me out here. You're on the show. Sam goes, well, mail me a check.
Mail me a check.
Yeah.
That's good.
But wait a minute, so...
What a story.
I want to know if Ralph loses money if he's got to pay Sam. If that fucker ain't paying Sam, I ain't paying Sam.
Yeah, because
How's
you
that fucking sound?
you don't get the $1,600.
No, I do. They send me it. That's union shit.
Then you have to send it right back.
Well, no, I get a check like if I appeared on a TV show, that gets sent to my, accountant, the $1,600. But I got to send of my own personal money, 8 G's to Sam.
That's what I'm saying. You worked for nothing.
Dominic, you're
worked for nothing. It cost me 6 G's.
Dominic Barber.
I don't get something, Artie. How can a private individual lend money to people in Las Vegas to gamble? It's against the law. You can't.
No. Sam, you don't understand. It's like the guy said, how much do you want from, like, Sam's game? The show. The casino was loaning me the money. But when we sit down at the table, it's legal to gamble in Las Vegas. We were gambling. We were playing poker.
Who are you mailing the $8,000 to?
The game. The show.
Not to the casino.
No.
I don't know. I'm mailing it to the show or the casino. I don't know. One of the two. I'm not mailing it to Sam personally, but I lost money to the show. I lost money to something. I guess I lost money to the casino.
I think you realize that that's, of course, not legal to have a show where they lend you money and you pay them back.
He's saying that they do it through the casino.
No, Sam, Dominic, they said to me, the casino can front you money if you want.
Right.
And I got fronted money. That's what I did.
It sounds like it couldn't possibly be legal to even have a show that lends you money that you then pay.
Hey, is the $8,000?
I got $5,000.
I'm sure whatever they're doing, they've looked into.
I got $5,000 in chips from the show. They made up chips. They were Palms chips. We were playing at the Palms. I don't know what kind of deal. I don't know what kind of deal they have. All I know is I taped a TV show and I lost $8,000. But
no individual can open up in a casino their own gambling casino or bet.
Dominic, it's obvious they're playing at a casino.
Right.
Yeah, we're saying we're in the Hef Suite at the casino. Yeah.
And that you're getting it's the same when you get a marker from a casino. And now Artie owes $8,000. Probably Sam was paid already from the game, and now he owes money to the casino.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sam can explain it. The bottom line is, I taped the TV show, and I owe people money.
Yeah, I don't want to get caught up in that, but it sounds like the $8,000 at least is a tax write-off. Maybe, possibly because you were taping a TV show.
I don't know.
I don't know that that's the case.
I don't know.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Howard Stern could open up in a casino the Howard Stern game, have people play, make a profit or a loss, and film it.
No. No, Dominic.
That's not what happened.
This is the way I understand it. You go to a casino and say, we want to tape a TV show.
Right.
Which is a poker game.
Right.
The casino, as you know, has poker dealers.
Right.
And you go there and you buy in.
Right.
Now, how you buy in is up to you. You can say to the casino, I want to have a marker. which is essentially what it sounds like Artie has done here. He has said, look, I don't have the money with me right now. I want to take out a loan. You know, I want to take out money. At the end of the game, whoever wins the chips goes in and cashes out. Now, Artie owes money to the casino. That's how it works in it. You can go anywhere in a casino in Vegas and play poker.
Listen, here's the thing. Sam might have been doing this for charity, but we weren't told that. Sam is a very charitable guy.
Right.
And I'm sure that's what he was doing. But my point is, it wasn't, to me and Dave Attell, it was obviously, it wasn't made clear what was happening, that we're playing with real money.
But once it was made clear, you bought in anyway.
Of course. I mean, but listen.
Well, he's there with a camera in front of him. He can't look like
I'm in Las Vegas. There's hot chicks around. I'm shaking. Yeah, give me money to gamble with.
And you're telling me?
I'm sure, knowing Sam as wonderful as he is and charitable is, that he didn't do anything intentionally. But I don't believe that a casino can have another organization front like that.
Right. You're not listening to what Howard was saying.
You're not following. But it's okay. Listen, I got to go.
I'm telling a story. I doubt, and obviously it's a funny story. I lost money. I doubt Sam did anything wrong.
No, I know he did.
But maybe it all went to charity in the end anyway. But it is
Artie
hilarious.
Wasn't in on the deal. He doesn't know how it's structured.
No.
But so afterwards,
that wasn't the point of the story, to find out whether it's legal or not. Yeah. We're assuming the legalities have been checked into. Thank you, Dominic.
Believe me, there was nothing but law enforcement officials.
Let me understand something. So you're telling me you didn't drink, you didn't do any drugs?
Not even close.
Wow.
You just lost money.
And so anyway, so at the end, I was going to fly home. We finished playing the last game at about 3 a.m., and I was going to fly. And then afterwards, me and Jeff Ross and a couple other people, and Ralph, Jeff Ross and Ralph went up to the Playboy suite to watch them shoot the beginning of the show.
Right.
The beginning of the show is this insane Playboy suite in the Palms. It has a pool. I'm going to explain this. Like, they have 4 suites where the pool juts out like into the sky. Like, if you look, it's an enormous balcony if you look up, so it looks like a peninsula or something.
Right.
And the balcony is a pool. So it looks like, and the pool is all glass, so it looks like you're swimming in the sky. In other words, like you're almost flying through the water. Mm-hmm. And it was loaded with Playboy Playmates. Like,
how does Playboy afford all of this? I mean, they're on hard times. Playboy.
Well, again, I think that that's a licensing the name kind of thing. The Palms.
They have the Hef Suite,
right?
And there's 4 suites like this, and the pool in the Hef Suite has the Playboy bunny and everything. But the more important thing was, so at 3 o'clock in the morning, we go up there, and Sam has worked it out where him and Ralph is in the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. There's a bit they do in the beginning. It's Sam and Ralph. Like, they're connected now publicly.
How did Ralph get to be his sidekick?
I don't know. But
all right, well, at least Ralph's got a job. Yeah,
that's probably how Sam got him money to get flown out there. Like, look, you'll be in the show.
It's a write-off.
Okay. So Sam and Ralph are surrounded by 12 Playmates. So they're shooting with the Playmates. Now, me, Jeff, and Ralph are watching these Playmates. They got thongs on and bikinis, frolic in the pool.
Wow.
And they're throwing us the beach ball and stuff. We're going, like, what's going on? Like, can we fuck these girls?
Do they have any kind of commentators?
Well, Sam and Ralph are the commentators. They're waiting for Sam to come up there and shoot it. They're getting, like, B-roll of the girls playing. And
Right.
And me and Jeff and Ralph were like standing on the side of the pool talking with these girls, like, and the camera guys and shit have work to do. We used to look like hungry wolves, like,
just drooling.
Sure.
So I get so horny now. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, and I have to have a flight at 6:55 a.m. Right?
How do you stay up that long? I don't even know how to do that.
I had slept till about noon that day. It's Vegas. You know? I don't know. I mean,
Go ahead.
I don't get bored in Vegas.
Right.
I don't get Gary in trouble. So so now I'm kind of horny from these broads, and one of them was I was talking to her, and they're like, well, we have to stay here and shoot this all day. So I call this chick that I know, and
the hooker.
The used to be hooker.
Let me ask you, do you really think she used to be a hooker? She's still a hooker. But
in my life, Howard, let's calm down. She's not a hooker.
No, you get her for free. I understand that.
I don't know what she does.
You don't ask.
Right now, she could be fucking a guy for money. I don't know.
Right.
I don't want to think about it.
Okay.
Right now the girl
because you have feelings.
Right now the girl I'm dating could be shitting. I don't want to think about that.
Right.
So I call her up, and I'm like, it's either jerk off or call this girl. And when you're in Vegas, there's always options. And she was around, and she came over. So
when she comes over, she must fuck great because she gets paid professionally to do it.
She's such a doll. She looks like who is a couple of people here have met her. Dan the Song Party Man.
What did he say?
She's smoking.
Smoking hot.
She looks like I showed you a picture of her once.
You did?
She looks like a young Nicole Eggert.
Oh, my God.
Like a young one.
And you wouldn't deal her to anybody else. Like, this isn't the girl you got for JD or anything like that.
What am I, a jerk?
What do you think, he's an animal?
No, the girl who blew JD and fucked JD was a different girl.
So
somebody else set that up. That was the best. JD's at Nobu. Clearly a whore comes over.
So she shows up to your room.
She comes up and I know everything about her now. I ask about her kids. I know her kids.
How long does it take after the small talk before she starts fucking you?
This was quick because I told her, I said I was horny. So I ordered some food and gluckle, gluckle, gluckle. Yeah, Tracy Morgan showed up and blew.
You know what happened to Tracy Morgan over vacation?
No, what'd he do?
He's the funniest guy on the planet. Tracy, do you know about this, Robin?
No.
His fish tank in his apartment caught fire. I mean,
how does your fish tank catch fire?
He's the greatest.
It's full of water.
His fish tank caught fire. And then I think he burned, I don't know what happened. He burned down half the building.
What do the fish do? They're like, wait, we're in water.
Survived. I don't know.
Our water is boiling.
I think we're dinner.
So
how's your fish tank catch fire? Yeah, go ahead. She shows up.
I call up my friend is the producer. This girl that I've known for years produces Sam's show, and I said, listen, I'm shacked up with this broad here like that. She's known me forever, so she understands what could happen in Vegas. I said, just make it like the Red Eye tonight. So I changed the flight to the Red Eye, and it was like the Keith Richards style. I shut all the windows in the suite, put tinfoil up. I wanted no light in there. And me and the chick were in there for just 10 hours together, getting room service.
For 10 hours? How many times you banged this chick?
I don't know. We fell asleep a couple of times, probably 4 times.
Wow. And for free.
Yeah,
money.
She ordered champagne, which I didn't touch.
Right.
And
really, you didn't. You were partying with her. You're banging her.
No
She's
party.
And when
champagne.
you kiss her, you can taste the champagne, and you don't break.
You could have had one little champagne.
I don't kiss her. No, I didn't. I didn't do a goddamn thing. No booze.
Would
no
you say
nothing.
this is turning into a Pretty Woman kind of scenario where you're falling in love with a hooker and
I'm Richard Gere?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No. No, it's not going to happen. I could never.
Something. You whispered under your breath a few moments ago, I'm committed.
No, I said I'm not committed.
You're not committed.
You wear rubber when you're with this chick?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Even for a blowy?
No. It started out that way, but no.
Now they're in love.
I always wear a rubber, though.
But no kissing? Really? It's like that, huh?
No.
No kissing?
No.
I mean, now there's kissing.
Yeah, we can't. But it's I know her. She's a good girl. She's all right.
Wow.
Everybody's got bills.
You got a picture of this chick right now?
No, I have one. I'll get you one.
Give me a couple.
I showed you a picture of her.
I'm confused.
You thought she was hot.
You showed me the picture of her before you became emotionally involved with her. That's why I didn't pay. Now that she's your girlfriend, I want to.
She's not my girlfriend. She's not my girlfriend.
No. Is she going to come to Jersey and hang out with you?
No. That's
not for her.
That's been discussed, but no.
No. Why not?
Maybe at the Shore House. As Robin knows, I'll have any type of broad at the Shore House.
Your mom doesn't go to the Shore House.
Oh, yes, my mother has her own.
His mother decorated.
My mother, are you kidding me? My mother has her own wing. She has a suite.
So if a whore shows up,
no, that's not. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen unless my mother's away. Unless my mother goes on the
sounds to me like you're falling in love with this girl, but you're worried about what society's going to think.
No, would I worry about society? Look at me.
In a weird way, yeah.
No,
there are areas where you worry.
There's a lot of complications with her.
The kids.
That's one. Also, where she's from and geography and everything else.
She could move. What's to stop her
move
from
right
moving?
into that shore.
Calm down, Robin. If my mother goes on the summer-long cruise I'm trying to get her to go on.
The way I'm thinking about it is you got a whore for free, and you had to pay Sam Simon $8,000. So you're kind of
sort
equal.
of made out of you.
Yeah, you did okay.
Now, in regular gambling.
Go ahead.
In regular gambling, I won $12,000.
All right, so you really won $4,000 is what you're saying.
With the 1,600, so if you count the 1,600, the game, the 2, and the 500, if you want to get really cool with the math.
And the 10, even count the $10.
Little over 6 G's.
6 G's you won.
Up.
Okay,
yeah.
so
thank goodness
for
your regular gambling.
Yeah, and again, Sam, of course, will get on here and give his story, but Dave Attell knows that in the beginning he didn't know, and I didn't know for sure.
Yeah,
but
that's kind of a screwy thing.
I think from my calculations, Attell ended up some money, and I bet Norm and Sam are up a shitload of money.
They just want to take money from their friends.
Did you get worked by Sam Simon?
Did I get what?
Worked by Sam Simon.
My lawyer said I can't discuss this right now.
Why not?
No, I don't know. I think Sam. I think what we're looking at here is Sam.
Melon.
Is that where he's going for advice?
That's what. Yeah, that's where he goes whenever he needs advice.
Please don't.
Why are you talking to Mel?
Talks?
I told you you're not allowed to talk to Mel.
I was walking to the printer and Mel stopped me.
All right.
I fucking panicked. Because last time I saw him, I called him Mr. Moonves in the elevator.
Good move.
So I kept my mouth shut. But he grabbed me and he put me against the wall pretty much. He said, listen, he goes, as far as your lawyer friend that you're panicking, you and your guy friend Richie calling him, he goes, he's explaining something about this happening, this bankruptcy, about a press release that we never released to begin with. He goes, so everything is basically a bunch of gibberish because they never executed that press release. That never came from us.
All right, I don't know what you're talking about. Get out of here.
So I said to Mel, all right, goodbye.
Is Mel with Bob?
Yeah.
Bob who?
Bob Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots.
Oh, really?
Want to say a quick hello?
Yes.
Here's a real hero.
Yep.
Well, look at him. I like that suit.
Yeah, he's got good suits. Where do you get those suits, Bob? I mean, Mr. Kraft.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah, how dare I? I mean, how dare I? Wait a second. Where's your mic?
Number three.
Number three. Okay. Hey, where do you get your suits?
Brioni.
Wow, that sounds important. Brioni?
Best prices.
What's a suit like that cost?
I forget.
I mean, you can afford any kind of suit you want. How did you avoid investing money with Bernie Madoff? You didn't know this guy?
Actually, I have met him.
You have?
I had. Yeah. We have people who vet things for us, and when that became an opportunity, the people who advised us
so
couldn't understand it, and so they said, we recommend you not do it.
You have good advisors. I mean, the SEC couldn't catch this guy, but your advisors knew right away it was a flim-flam operation.
That's a real crime that the SEC didn't really do the job that they should have done. And what bothers me in these difficult economic times, a lot of very innocent people, regular people got hurt. There's a lot of well-to-do people, but there's a lot of people who depended on their retirement and their basic
it's
needs.
A horror story.
Yeah.
It really is. You know, when I see you, Mr. Kraft owns the New England Patriots. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, I heard that.
And you seem to me, when I see you, you seem very, very powerful. I would assume you, in your lifetime as a man of power, you've had people killed. Am I correct? I mean, you've had to eliminate.
Sort of like Jay-Z. Now he's thinking of killing Chris Brown.
Right.
Yeah, but Jay-Z is pretty cool.
Right. And you are too in your own way.
But we can't talk about those things.
Right. In other words, sometimes you have to do things in business.
It does happen. Huh?
Well,
that's right.
Whatever we do, we try to do stylistically.
You have such a great franchise, the New England Patriots. You're a happy man. You got a great kid. You got all kinds of different people in your life that are good. You're a successful man. Is this economy hurting you at all, or are you Teflon?
Well, first of all, I have a great wife and 4 kids.
Yes,
and
I know one of your sons, yes.
Yeah, no,
he says
Jonathan,
only one of them is great.
Yeah, the other three I'm not that choked up with, but the one I like.
No, but he's been listening to you since he was a little. He introduced me to you.
Right.
No, that was Jonathan. But
I mean, you're a billionaire. So, I mean, are you affected by this economy?
Are you less of a billionaire?
Well, let's just say this. I think it doesn't matter how anyone is doing, how this show is doing, if everyone around you isn't doing well. Right. That's not good.
So you're not happy?
No. It bothers me that a lot of innocent, decent people, the people who've made this country great, are suffering now because of decisions, lack of good oversight in Washington, and poor decisions by Wall Street, where greed got to an excess. And right now, the biggest problem we have is that there's a credit freeze in this country.
Right.
And good companies can't get credit. And if good companies can't get credit, they're going to lay people off. They're going to.
There's no growth.
And they're afraid of what's happening, and so that everyone's cutting back. And what we have to do is bring back a sense of trust and confidence in the country.
Now, you think Obama's going to be able to pull this off? He's got a big road ahead of him to go down, doesn't he?
Well, he does. You know, his operational background is limited. He was a lawyer, but he's brilliant, and he's a wonderful speaker. He's inspirational, and I'm rooting for him big time. And the key to life is to have good people around you. You know, your team that you have here together.
Yeah, our team
special.
has held us back. You're right.
Now, speaking of our team has helped. In spite of our team, we've succeeded. Now, speaking of teams, what are we going to do with this Brady? I have a feeling this Gisele Bündchen.
Well, yeah, he's holed up here in New York with his cast or whatever he's got on.
You know, in a way, when you're getting that kind of quality woman, I mean, you're talking about one of the best-looking women on the planet. You've probably seen her up close. Have you met Gisele?
Yes, many times.
I mean, she must knock your socks off. I know you love your wife, but, I mean...
You forget how to throw a football when you're looking at her.
Right?
No, well, Tom Brady is a special person and high-quality guy.
But is he getting ruined by this woman?
Well,
you know, Samson was brought down by Delilah.
That's right.
Well, I've learned in life that it's hard for anyone to make a judgment on what is right for someone else. And he's such a high-quality guy. He knows what's right for him. We're so lucky to have him as part of the New England Patriots organization. He's
but what
just
if
off the charts.
Wait a second. Forget all of that. What if he doesn't recover? How is his recovery going? What is wrong with him? What's the matter with him?
He's doing pretty well.
What's wrong with him? I don't even know.
I don't think anything's wrong with him.
There's nothing wrong. You know, he was injured, right?
Well, he went down in the first game. He had a torn MCL.
Right.
And that's been repaired. He's been rehabbing. He rehabs between the West Coast and the East Coast. And our people have worked with him, our trainers. He's doing very well.
Despite the fact that he's a nice guy. If he doesn't perform this season, I'm talking about the first 3 or 4 games.
This is business, you know.
This is business. You and I know business. Not like these other schlubs. And you know what I'm saying. This guy, we gotta toss him out. I mean, with the Gisele and everything else. Right? Out the door.
Well.
Yes or no?
No.
What? You're going to keep him?
He's your guy?
He's our guy. And
Boy, you're loyal.
They have an amazing backup. That's the problem. I mean, they have a really good player who could start at any other team.
Well, we're privileged. You can never have enough good people in your system. The key to life is get good people around you. We were talking about Obama, and we need him to get the best people, and it looks like he's trying to do that.
He's trying to do that.
And we try to do that with our football team to collect the best people.
And you do a great job, because I see that the team did well. Even
without Brady.
That's right.
And it's like your team. I don't know, is Artie not here today?
Well, you know, he's got the heroin.
We're limping along without him,
too. You know how it goes. Artie came to your house, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he and Gary, we had the greatest time.
You guys weren't snorting coke with Artie, were you? Are you?
You didn't cause his problems.
You're not involved in any of that, are you? I hope not.
We had a pretty fun time that night, but my point is,
what was it like?
You've assembled a great team. Yes. And together as a unit, you know, all the different characters you have. I love listening to you. You know,
Thank you.
It's 100 and 124. Those are my 2 favorite Sirius stations.
I have a question about football, though.
But wait 1 second. I got to find one thing.
What?
What was it like when Baba Booey came to your house? I mean, to have...
What about Artie? Artie was there, too.
Well, forget Artie. Artie did stand-up.
Artie's like letting a robber into your house. He's like
I don't even let Artie into my house.
No, we tried. My third son... Josh, he does
him?
community. No, he runs the Boys and Girls Clubs of Boston. He never asks for anything.
Right.
And he's also a big fan. And so we try to do something for his 40th birthday that he would never ask for or do. And he was upset with us when he saw what happened, but then he was very happy. And a lot of it was the way Gary and Artie conducted themselves, and they just fit in with the people we had.
Thank
and it
God.
was one of the special evenings. It was a great time.
Thank God it worked out. Who knows with those 2?
Yeah, it could have gone terribly wrong.
Artie and I represented the they
Yeah, you did.
They did.
And Mr. Kraft sent a private jet for you. I mean,
Yes.
it was a very heady experience for these guys.
Yes.
They're 2 street guys, you know.
Olivia, our stewardess, still talks about what gentlemen they were.
What about your kids now? Do they all work for you?
Yes.
They do.
In one form or another, yeah.
If you were my father, I would kiss your ass every single day. You wouldn't even know it hit you.
Can I tell you, they don't need me. I'm lucky that they're part of our system. We're privileged. Life is family is the most important thing in life. And
how do I get to your family?
Yeah, your family is the most important thing in my life. I mean, what a family.
Well, it's complicated because you have to manage a lot of different situations and let everyone have their space and do what's right for them. And conflicts come with that.
But you know what's funny? I turned to my father when I was a young man. My father had a little recording studio. And I said to him, Dad, I'm thinking maybe I'll work with you. And he said, no. You don't want to do that. Trust me. You're not working with me.
You never said that to him.
You were so nice. You let all the kids work with you.
Think I pinch myself. If I can get up every morning and see each of my kids while I'm still on this planet, I mean, what is
that?
It? When you think about it, what do we all leave to this world?
Nothing.
Well, in the end,
it's
I had a great dad. He wasn't a man of great financial means.
Right.
But he said to me, when you go to bed at night, make sure the people that have touched you that day are richer for having known you. So
beautiful boy.
I really try my best to do that. And when you think about 100 years from now, whether you've made $10 billion or $100 billion, all that matters is the values that you put in your kids and grandkids, and do they help make the planet a better place, whether it's running a football team, Boys and Girls Club, entertainment on this studio. See, I have a theory that right now what's going on in the economy, the Howard Stern Show, NFL games, become more important. People want to brand more with you. They're looking for an escape, and they're looking to people they can trust and feel comfortable with.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask a question, because it seems to me with all these new stadiums, and things that people are doing, they're pricing the average fan out of sports. To have the opportunity to take your child to an NFL game or a Major League Baseball game, it's getting so expensive now that regular people can't come. Corporations buy up all the best tickets, their perks for, clients or whatever, and real fans are sitting at home.
Well, you raise a very good point, Ron.
That's what Mr. Kraft wants to say. I got you. She does raise a good point?
I think so. I think and it's like you folks, you have to know who your customer is, and I think Robin is on to something. I know that we have worked very hard. We built our stadium completely private. We try to have it affordable for the people who carried us in the years when things were lean. Mm-hmm. And I think we've been able to accomplish that, and we have 60,000 people who put up $125 a ticket to get on a waiting list. Right. So they want to be there. So we cherish our customers, and they've been great to our family.
One final question. Where's a smart guy like you putting his money? I mean, you got tons of dough. You can't go in the market now, right? Because it's too volatile. What do you do?
We heard the best place is the mattress.
Where are you socking all the dough? What's your financial plan personally? What are you doing?
Well, I've always had a diversified pool of assets, but today your question is very good, and we'll know that the government is succeeding when people like ourselves, I'm basically in treasuries now.
I see.
And I'm taking zero return, really, because cash and capital are so dear now. The whole economic system is recalibrating. Values are coming down. But, it's kind of sad because I don't like being in this position. We're going to make some investments that will continue to help create jobs because I think the opportunities are there in the environment. And we have the government, we got to keep people in their homes because what's happening is tragic.
Right.
Innocent people, and I don't know what you think happens when you foreclose people and they move out of their home. That hurts the whole neighborhood. It's not like people are rushing to buy homes.
Yeah, right.
We got to keep people in their homes. We got to get the credit markets unfrozen and let people start hiring people. And that's going to only come when we have confidence in Washington.
Well, you're something else, man.
Wait a minute. We also haven't asked him about what he thinks about Sirius.
Sirius?
And what's going on with Sirius XM and this bankruptcy or a hostile takeover. You know all that stuff.
You do?
Well, I must tell you this, and I'm a great fan of Mel. And if you look at what's going on with this company in terms of since the merger. You're operating on a cash flow positive. I actually, and I don't know whether it was wise or not, but at such a low price a few months ago, I bought some stock.
No kidding.
Well, because it's like it's I mean one way or the other. I believe in Mel, and I believe that this company will be a very strong company.
I do too.
You serve a niche in the marketplace that is very important. I know. That's all I listen to.
Me too.
Is satellite. When I listen to radio, it's only.
I still believe satellite will be the dominant force. That we're seeing it in its early growth stage. There's already a huge subscription base. It's just that there's a lot of debt involved in this. To put up satellites, there's a lot of costs involved in putting on programming, and I believe one day we will see a great picture for satellite. I don't think satellite's down and out yet.
No, it's what I was saying before about the credit markets being frozen. In a normal business period, a company like Sears go out and get, with the performance that they have now, they could go get credit. What's happening, we have a lot of people calling our family to help get credit lines. Good company. In this environment, we have good companies that can't get credit. Profitable companies, and it's criminal. And this is what's happening to the average person, is being impacted by this. And shame on us as a country. This is still the greatest country in the world. Any of us are born here, are blessed. You think of where all our ancestors came from. Look, it's the only country in the world where a single mother could give birth to but give birth to a black young man, and he could become president of the United States.
I thought you were talking about Octomom.
Well,
right. That's some other story.
Yeah, that's something I don't know.
You don't know anything about that. Huh?
Well, I just see the headlines, and
it's too much.
I don't go there.
It's too much. Listen, you're a great guy.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for making our mornings so entertaining.
So incredibly supportive of me, you and your family. And we love you. We love the New England Patriots.
Absolutely.
You guys are great guys. And believe me, I love knowing you. And I thank you for stopping by. I'm honored.
The feeling is mutual.
What can I tell you?
And be well.
And believe me, I feel such a connection to you. I'm going to invite you to my Facebook page where I hang out.
He can be a friend.
I'm going to friend you on Facebook, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm in.
Mr. Kraft. How was it going in there today? You're such a big fan and all.
Well, it's terrific, for those of us who are part of the Stern family, being in the, what do we call that, the living room or the bedroom? We felt right at home. It was comfortable and nice, and it's a great group of people, and...
Let's call it a creative meeting on Tuesday. I don't know how creative this one was. I didn't hear any great ideas. We go around the room. Gary always starts off.
You're right.
And if Gary's late, Will starts off. But as soon as Gary walks in, he goes, let me, I just got a few things to say. He cuts Will off.
Over.
Our creative meetings are the best. I sit on a couch. I've just woken up. I mean, I've just come from my back office where I was working. And
it looks like Gary's dating you. You just sit on the couch together.
Gary gets to sit next to the couch, next to me on the couch. And by the way, his breath is bad every time, even though he says he cleaned it up.
Oh, really? This is so. In other words, you've been refraining from talking about it.
About his breath? Yeah, I gave up. It wasn't as bad, but there is an odor.
As bad. Howard, I'm here every day. Nobody says... people would believe me.
No one's going to tell you.
No, hold on. Artie.
Howard's the only one.
Let me finish.
I'm sorry.
Next to Gary on the couch.
Bad breath. That every little fucking weasel here wouldn't come in and say something to Howard?
Well, that's a good point.
I must have smelled something else. It wasn't you. All right, I don't want to get into it.
There's something that smells around when Gary's around.
Don't you think it's weird that you're the only person in the world that could smell it?
I'm sure it wasn't you. I'm sure it was Benji's balls I was getting a whiff of.
But, Benji's balls get blamed for everything.
Right. No, honestly, it wasn't as bad as it used to be, but... He has an odor about him.
Well, that must be very uncomfortable every week that you're going to have to sit with Gary on the
I'm officially switching seats, douchebag.
Yeah, put Will next to me. But don't sit across from me. Sit where Dan the Song Parody Man sits, about 7 feet back.
10 rows behind him.
No, I like where you sit. It's fine. You're fine. You're fine. Please. Listen, just freshen up a little. Do a little rinse before the meeting. Listen, you know what it is? We're up since 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Some of us get up 3 in the morning.
It's ridiculous.
And by noon, when we have the meeting, you know, I'm sure the guy's not that fresh.
He's not as fresh as he was when he started out.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm saying you probably got a little
What
older.
about you? You're fresh. Are you brushing your
not
teeth
fresh.
after the show?
No, I'm not fresh.
Okay, so we're both in the same boat.
Except I just don't have that odor coming out of me.
I don't either.
All right, I must have been mistaken. I'm sure of it.
Don't be fucking passive aggressive.
No.
Fucking be the dick that you want.
Maybe it was Fred I smelled.
Yeah, Fred.
Who was 900 feet away from me.
Now that's bad breath.
Fred is throwing the
Sorry
bad,
about that. It is me.
the bad smell over on
No,
Gary.
you know, he's a little less than fresh. That's all.
So are the ideas. But, you know.
So then Gary, no matter, like, if Will's in the mid-sentence and Gary walks in and just goes, oh, let me just say something. Let me say something.
I let Will finish what he's doing, and then I go.
No, you don't.
I do.
No. You always interrupt Will.
That's not true.
No, you do. You have to be first. But I like it. I mean, I'm fine with it.
But I don't interrupt him. I wait till Will's done. I go, Will,
No.
can I go?
No. That's not true. Not true, Gary.
You just make shit up.
Ask Will. Ask Will.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
I ain't getting in the middle of this one.
Will.
That means
Doesn't
it's
he
fine.
always cut you off?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, he's top dog, so I let him go first.
All right, I got it.
All right.
Move on.
He always thinks I make stuff up. I just watch.
He doesn't believe anything you say. He doesn't believe the breath, and he doesn't believe he interrupts.
And you don't believe sticking coffee up your ass is weird.
Do you still keep a toothbrush?
Robin's like, oh my God, coffee's normal. I stick it in my ass. What's wrong with you people?
Gary, 3-pointer, good.
Do you still keep a toothbrush and water pick in the bathroom here?
Yes.
So why don't you just use it, freshen up a little before the meeting?
What are they, decorations?
So the problem is that the problem is that I'm usually running from the wrap-up show. That's why I'm always late for the meeting, because by the time you walk in, then everyone goes, Howard's in. So
Can I make a suggestion? On the days of the meeting,
Yeah.
listen to me. I mean, and I don't mean this as an insult.
I'm listening.
I know you're less than fresh.
What am I going to get a pussy for a mouth?
Why don't you, after the show, brush and pick with the water pick and the brush, do your routine, and then go in and do the wrap-up show, and you'll be fresh by the time you get in here.
Here's another suggestion.
Well, he's always running to the wrap-up show, too. Aren't you always just running?
He does
Gary?
have a tight schedule.
Yeah.
Howard,
But
do
Can't
it
you
on
brush? Can't you brush on the wrap-up show?
Yeah, do it on the
while
wrap-up.
Robin does the news.
You do it during Robin's news?
I can brush while Robin does the news.
Okay. Or can I? But that might be too much of a time lapse between our meeting and.
You think that's too much time to leave?
Yeah.
I bring a bucket on the wrap-up show.
Why don't you brush during the wrap-up show? That'd be
Wrap-up
funny.
show,
Everyone would look
yeah.
forward to it.
I'll
And
brush during Fred's plugs. How's that?
I think that's great. Sound like you're in a waterfall.
he really isn't as bad. It just was a faint little something going on yesterday.
Not enough to mention.
Yeah. Up there's a giant toothbrush Sal has. He's going to help you. Sal, help Gary with that toothbrush. Where does Sal get those
I
props?
don't know. He's got him right away, though.
It's a fucking, all it is a broom.
Oh, it's a broom.
Oh, it's a broom. That's what it is.
Gary broke his toothbrush.
I thought it was a toothbrush.
Oh, my God. What a day. The guy, I love the Howard TV guys filming it all. It's great.
Gary's breath just melted with a toothbrush.
Broke right in half.
All right. Let me see. Let me get Lisa G in here. She's going to tell us what's happening. Lisa G, how are you?
How's your OCD today?
Pretty good. I got it under control.
You didn't count it or tap or do anything yesterday?
Nope.
Huh?
Your right shoulder out of the office with the...
Nope. I was coming to work today, and I held the newspapers in any hand I wanted, and it was great.
Good for you.
Yeah, day 3 of no OCD rituals.
What brought it on? You didn't really say.
I have anxiety.
About what?
I got into it with my psychiatrist yesterday. It was pretty heavy.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you anxious about?
Basically, I want everything for myself and nothing for anyone else.
You're still having that
Yeah.
problem. You haven't broken through.
I mean, yeah, that's what it boils down to if you want to get into it.
You're an asshole.
Yeah. I'm an asshole.
He's an incurable asshole.
Actually, Lisa G has a theory, if I may get off my OCD rituals for a second, that Ronnie dyed his goatee last night. Is that true?
I think so.
You're working
Yesterday
on-
was really white.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And even the guys from TV put up a thing while Ronnie was in. They go, look how white Ronnie's beard is. It looks like a billy goat. And,
God.
and,
so yesterday he was a billy goat and today he's not.
But I didn't see him. I didn't notice today. Did he dye it last night, do you think?
Looks like it.
Okay. Hey, Ron, come on in. We want to see the dye job you did on your goatee.
What the fuck? JD, let me tell you something, motherfucker. I'm going to kick your fucking ass one day. I swear to God.
He's running down the hall screaming at JD that he's going to kick the fucking shit out of him.
Well, get in here and show us your
JD?
goatee.
Oh, yeah, he dyed it.
So what?
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying you dyed it because I saw it yesterday and it was white as like Santa Claus.
Yeah, because what are you laughing at? You don't dye your hair, old lady? Huh?
No.
You.
Oh, me?
What are you laughing at, old lady?
I highlight my hair.
Yeah.
But it's different when a guy is dyeing his goatee. That's funny.
Big deal.
So what did you do? Because yesterday it was like white. Did you realize how white it was? Like, what made you go home yesterday and dye it?
I don't know. I didn't.
You must have noticed. Did someone say something to you?
Us.
And why are you going to beat up JD? Because you dyed your
He's like Stuttering John.
Right.
He runs with every little thing to Jason or Gary or something, or the TV. Oh, look what he did today.
I haven't said
You're
one word.
full of shit. Okay.
Lisa, did JD say anything to you about it?
No.
Why are you blaming JD?
Because he does it with everything, man.
He didn't do it this time.
I don't care. He could tell me from now until next year.
You don't believe him?
No.
Wow. Someone even sent an email on the wrap-up show yesterday, like, Ronnie always is threatening to beat up JD.
I didn't threaten to beat him up.
You were like, what are you laughing at?
Because everything is, you're talking on the, John invites you in.
Right.
So I go in and I'm talking about something, so I might not know everything, okay?
Right.
This one, he laughs at everything.
What'd you think of her Sibian ride, Ronnie?
Oh, it was awesome. Everybody was glued to the radio. Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
You were laughing first, dude.
Why is that funny?
Who was laughing first? You were laughing first, weren't you?
Why does he have to be in here? Go to the meeting.
And let's talk about Ronnie. What do you think of that gentleman over there?
Well, when I first came in here, he was the one that came into the room and brought me inside, so very nice guy.
Did he touch you?
No.
No.
I didn't touch her.
No, maybe he wanted to, but I don't know. I didn't get that feeling, though. He was very, very gentleman.
Do you see him as more of a take charge guy?
Yes, I see him more of like a boss type. I don't know. I just see that in him a
What
little
is
bit.
this, a fucking horoscope reading?
Horror or horror?
I see in my crystal ball here.
What is your problem?
There was even one point where he started laughing, and then I laughed, and then he yelled at me for laughing.
Yeah.
So
you love Ronnie, right?
I love him, but this one I had nothing to do with. I'm sorry,
okay,
dude.
right, yeah. Okay.
You didn't say anything about his goatee.
Yeah, it's probably Doug Goodstein then.
Well, honestly, though, it probably is because...
No. Doug Goodstein has got this new thing with busting my balls now.
Wasn't me at all.
Yeah, right.
Well, the TV guys put up a note yesterday. Go, look how white Ronnie's beard
Yeah, right.
is.
It's the TV guys.
So what did they
Brian
say?
Phelan, the new ball buster.
Did they say
everyone against Ronnie?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Did they say anything to you yesterday?
No, not a word, because they probably wanted to see what was going to happen.
Right.
But what set you off? What made you know?
I noticed it this morning. No, I noticed this morning. Yeah.
So what did you do? What did you put in there?
What's
the stuff?
Just for men, man.
Just for men.
Yeah.
So what did you comb it through?
Yeah, they got these little brush thing.
Oh.
And so you just did that this morning.
That's a little more elaborate than just a comb through, because notice there's
doesn't look bad.
There's
though.
like a pattern.
Well, he
it's
made
got like
sure
a
to
zebra
leave
pattern.
What would you like me to do, dude? It's a little brush thing. It's
what
a brush.
I'm saying is, but you're like going in a specific way, no?
No, it's got this little brush,
right?
Little small brush, and you just go through it.
But you're not putting it in the hair in your head, are you?
No. I got all gray hair back here and shit. Come on.
But in your beard, you're doing it. But I think you did a decent job because you left a little bit of gray.
Right. You don't go
that's why I try to leave it natural looking.
Although I got to tell you, in some spots it's super dark. Like it's
That's
like
funny.
sometimes the dye.
That's
No, like right in the middle there.
It's like a fan.
Sometimes the dye. Yeah, sometimes the dye gets real thick
You know what's
in places.
interesting? Like, see this one part? I don't know if you can see it. Right, you just turn your head.
I know
the
what you
other
mean,
way.
under the lip.
No. Turn
Right,
your
the
head.
fan
okay.
part.
Right,
Yeah.
go ahead, point to it.
Here, it kind of looks like spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, like it's spilled on his chin.
Yeah, well, maybe I just spilled something. I don't know.
Wow. I can't believe Ronnie cares
Dyes
that much that he dyes his
Facial
beard.
hair.
Wow.
That was your idea, actually. You told me to do that.
Yeah, I did.
You told me to
Why
do
did
it.
you tell him to do
Because
that?
it got white.
Because, he dates, he's a bon
dating.
vivant. Yeah, he's a young guy. He's
Why
involved
is
with
that
young
funny?
people.
Why are you laughing?
I
Who do
haven't
you
heard
go
someone
out with?
use that
Who do
word.
you date?
What? Excuse me.
Yeah, who do you date?
Are you wearing higher heels than me today? I'm just wondering.
Huh?
Yes, you are.
Who do you date?
I haven't heard the expression bon vivant in a long time.
Ronnie's a ladies' man.
Who do
and
you date?
he
I want to
dates-
know who you
he
date.
dates a lot of younger people.
I'm going to follow you around now. I want to
Okay.
see who you date.
Go right ahead.
Ronnie's involved with the younger community, and he's got to have a look. Oh, there he is, putting on his... There's Sal reenacting Ronnie putting his beard on.
Wow, that is a good mask.
Oh, my goodness.
There is Sal as Ronnie dyeing his beard.
You've got a little more to do. I still see some white.
And he's using just for old men. All right, very good. Thank you. Oh, look at that. That's very good. Boy, Sal's got more masks.
He's got a... well, how do they keep all that stuff back in that little room?
That mask is good work.
How long does it take you to do that?
5 minutes.
Oh, and you did it this morning? Because you get up early.
Yeah.
He gets up way early. What time you get up?
3:15. I got to take care of the dog.
So like at 3:15, you're dyeing your beard?
No, but it's about 3:45.
Yeah, because he takes care of the dog
Takes
first,
5 minutes.
Then he dyes his beard.
I would do it at night, I think.
Yeah, well, I forgot last night.
Yeah.
I was tired.
How often do you have to dye your beard?
Once a week.
Wow.
But
Once
you
a
let
week.
it go
Yeah, well,
for
it
a
grows
while.
in, dude. You know?
Okay.
It
take
grows
easy.
in.
All right,
You get
calm down.
roots?
Yeah, you get roots. You get roots.
Your roots are showing.
You get roots.
But did you forget for a while, or did you?
No, I'm telling you, it's a week, and
It's a pain in the ass, all the
it
upkeep.
is annoying.
Look at
That's a natural look though, right there. It looks good.
Thanks, man.
So
Maybe you should try some.
I have so much gray in my fucking
I know.
beard now.
That's
It's
what I'm saying.
pathetic. And it's patchy. It's over, man, with me. But
No,
you,
it's not
you
over
have,
for you,
You have a
dude.
lot of. You have a big future.
Dude,
me and Ronnie are gonna. It is party time. I told Robin, it is party time in my shore house this summer, dude.
Really? What is going to go on
I'm
there?
going to see how much pussy I could fit in that fucking backyard of mine.
He was telling
Why
me
don't you
about
invite
this
Lisa
yesterday.
G over.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, Lisa could, I don't know,
She
cook
could be
or
the.
something.
She
She could be there to cook.
She could check in the girls as they come in.
Look, everybody at work
House
is invited.
mother.
Everybody.
God.
All right.
So maybe I will dye the beard. Give me some of that shit.
Yeah.
Just
Are you,
for fat men.
Are you one of the contestants in the Beer Pong
Yeah.
Friday thing going
Yeah.
on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so maybe that's why you dyed your beard.
No,
too.
dude, I do it all the time.
new,
I admit it. I admitted it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Let them say what they want back there in that stupid control room.
Yeah, meanwhile, they're all jealous.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Doug
don't know how
Goodstein
you
dyes
can
his
say-
hair and he won't admit it.
I don't know how you can say.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
he just did.
Doug Goodstein dyes his hair?
He puts a rinse in. He puts a rinse in his hair.
I do not.
Yes,
You
he
would say-
does.
Why
He
would
does.
I not admit that?
Because you're a
I
little.
don't do it.
Because you're a
You
little
don't.
lady. That's why.
I'm a lady. I
Yeah.
put gel in my hair every morning here, you old fart.
Yeah. Okay.
He says he doesn't give a shit, but he's constantly yelling at people, chasing them.
Yeah.
Every
Right.
time I go out in the hall, you're screaming at
Because they're
somebody.
always busting my balls.
Because you look like a pumpkin today, you dope.
Yeah. Okay. Pumpkin, yeah.
Oh, I love it. He's got a matching T-shirt
Yeah,
under his
exactly.
shirt. Oh, my goodness.
You got an orange
He's
shirt
got
and
a
an orange T-shirt.
With a brown suit. What's wrong with that? It matches.
T-shirt.
Matching
good.
shoes.
Asshole.
Look, even
You look
the
like an
watch.
asshole.
The watch matches. It's
You
got
look
orange
like
in it.
an
See?
asshole.
All right, good for you. You look good.
All right.
All right, Lisa, you got anything else? There's
Yeah. What
Ronnie's
else you
beard.
got, Lisa?
You brought it up. I didn't.
Yeah, I know.
What do you got, Lisa?
Well, I have some good news about Artie Lang's book.
Everything's Artie Lang.
Well, we just did 20 minutes on you,
What do you
pal.
say, Ron?
I said, everything with her. Everything with her. If it's not you, it's him.
Yeah.
She's totally infatuated with the two of you. That's the only news story she does. That's the only thing.
A lot of women
That's all
like.
you hear is Artie Lang or Howard Stern.
Oh, you're
That's it.
jealous.
How's your
You're-
OCD,
You're not one of the
Howard?
star players on the show.
I don't really care,
Would you
Lisa.
please do a Ronnie story?
No, I won't even talk to her because she threw me out. This broad throws people under the bus like unbelievable. She does shit to people with
does she do
news
to you?
stories. I won't go into it. I told you about it. I don't even want to go into
Really?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did
What?
tell me.
Oh my God.
What's
About the
going on?
colonoscopy?
No,
Yeah,
you fucked Ronnie up big time.
I did?
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
he's on fire
You gotta be careful with him.
to the point he won't even talk about it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, I
think-
don't even know.
Well, I'm the only guy I know who hires a limo, and I have to hear his shit all day.
You have to take his complaints.
Yeah, I have to sit and listen.
God. I'm trying to think what it was.
Oh,
I feel badly now.
Yeah, you messed him up big time.
Yeah. Well, he should get a colonoscopy. I mean,
it wasn't a colonoscopy story. Something else.
JD thinks he's Stuttering John. That's who JD thinks he is. You watch JD in the morning. He looks at the monitor in the room there to see what the phone calls are about. He's just like Stuttering John. He thinks he's Stuttering John. Because he doesn't want to be locked up in that little fucking cubby hole of his back there. So now he's going to try. Now he's going to try and be Stuttering John now. Little cocksucker.
Maybe I'll make $500,000 doing an announcing job.
What did he say?
I said maybe I'll make $500,000 doing an announcing job.
I hope you do.
All right.
I hope you do for your sake. But you have to have a face makeover first.
What's your signature line now?
Put your teeth away, pal. Put them away.
Every morning I wear a hat. I come in, I wake up, and the first thing I do, I don't do my hair at home, so I put a hat on. The first thing I do when I get here usually is I rinse my hair in the sink, I wet my hair, and then I put gel. And I think because it has makes my hair darker and look wet, I don't know. He's senile, I think. He doesn't know what's going on. I think he's confused.
Yeah, I got dementia. I'm confused. I don't know where to...
Bubba probably never sleeps. I can't even understand how Bubba's overweight because he is so busy. He must eat during everything he does.
He must lie down while he's doing all of this stuff. He doesn't move.
Well, you never saw it. Did you ever actually go into their studio down there?
Yeah.
There's a whole wing of just catered food.
Well,
yeah, but he stands during the show. You think that would help?
Anyway, tune into Bubba, and Bubba's talking about, and on the one hand, I guess there's some lawsuit going on that involves Bubba and whoever his competition is in Tampa.
Right, I heard that. Somebody's suing him for something.
Yeah, and Bubba's obsessed with it, so he brings this guy's name up. It took me a few weeks before I knew what Bubba was talking about there because Bubba's obsessed with this guy.
He's always in a war.
He's in a war. Then 2 seconds later, he's talking about these midget cars that his son drives.
Right.
And then there's some controversy because people feel Bubba just bought his son's way into the midget car business. In other words, all the other dads have to come there with shitty midget cars, but Bubba's got
He bought the high-octane, best midget car possible.
And it seems like a lot of people are jealous that Bubba's kids got all this midget car paraphernalia.
You know what? I love Bubba, but what is the probability that Bubba will have one of these showbiz sons who, just thinks he's entitled to everything because Bubba's always giving him everything?
Well, you know what, Bubba really, I guess, I'm judging from the show now. This is nothing I have, because Bubba and I do have a personal relationship, but I'm guessing Bubba's dream is to have a son who will be a professional race car driver.
Absolutely.
And he's grooming him to be like the next big guy.
And if he becomes a professional race car driver, fine.
Yeah.
But suppose he's just a kid who has a big car.
That might be a problem.
I visited Bubba's house down there once, and if you're a little boy, that's a dream house to grow up in. I mean, Bubba's got... first of all, I think he's got 2 midget cars for the kid, and they're constantly they're constantly being worked on because in the garage you put like a pit stop.
Right.
And it's just, there's a room filled with nothing but NFL paraphernalia and baseballs and the car and mechanic shit. The kid's like in a dreamland.
Well, it's
and
real
Bubba's,
funny.
the ultimate guy. He's like, come on.
So Bubba's busy with that.
Yeah.
And in the one breath, it's midget car racing. Then he was on to the guy who's suing him.
Right.
And then there was some big discussion about Brent and who were they referring to? I mean, it was like, I said, Bubba has got like his hands in 20 different operations going.
Yeah, I don't understand how he, because he's into NASCAR and, he knows everything that's going on there. And then he's into that fighting, that ultimate fighting. He knows everything that's going on there.
There was something happening with ultimate fighting. That was really, there was a big controversy.
Yeah.
And
he's a funny character. Well, like whenever I saw Bubba in Vegas last year, you just instantly smile. He's got 2 million things going on. And he talks about them real quick. And the show's entertaining. But even to hang out with him when he tells you about the show, because he's passionate about it. It's not bullshit.
No, he's like a Jamaican with 20 jobs.
Right, once a year he talks about it.
So many interest.
Did you hear the State of the Bubba address? Because I like listening to that.
I missed State of the Bubba because
I missed it.
I was out to dinner, and then there was a whole thing.
I got to get a tape of that from Mr. Sabian.
Yeah, we're very caught up in State of the Bubba.
State of the Bubba.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. The thing that I'm trying to get at here with Bubba's son is, because I was talking to this guy last night. He says a very fine line with children being too giving and permissive and showering them with things, and then being a disciplinarian and setting up some guidelines and rules. And I don't know where Bubba's going to fall in all that.
You mean you might think that Bubba's not the perfect parent?
I was trying to say it a bit more tactfully.
What if he grows up to be a professional fisherman? It's funny, though, because evidently there's tremendous resentment when Bubba shows up to the racetrack with this midget car thing, because he pulls in with evidently like a truck.
Right, he's got to haul that thing, too.
Yeah,
and that's probably an incredible piece of equipment he's hauling it in on.
And most of the hillbillies down there, in tough economic times, they don't have the right midget car paraphernalia.
Let me tell you what they're hauling their kids' midget car in on.
On their back.
A U-Haul.
They got a car made out of balsa wood.
And Ronnie knows something about this. Because I was asking Ronnie about it. I said, what's with Bub and these midget cars? And Ronnie seemed to be pretty keyed into all of that. What's going on with all that?
So now Bubba goes to the races with his son. He's got like 4 or 5 different engines. He's got all kinds of tires. These people have nothing. They pull up with their station wagons,
right?
And they got one little car there. He pulls in with a full motorhome,
right,
with a full trailer behind it, right. And people get pissed off, totally pissed off.
If his kid messes up, he's got another
he pulls
car
in
to
there
put
like
in the
Dale
race.
Earnhardt Jr.
He pulls in there with like something the size of 2 Jeff Curro's houses.
Yeah, but if his kid has a little accident, he can just pull another car out of the mobile home, right?
Right. He's got if he blows an engine, he's got 2 other engines laying there.
Yeah. So it's like he comes in with a whole professional rig.
Right. Yeah. He's got the whole rig.
Yeah.
Man.
And I guess all the other parents feel that Bubba it's unfair because Bubba's got all the money and all the equipment.
Well, he's saying just a station wagon. They probably have a station wagon that rusted out.
Right.
That
and he's got some other kid.
anything.
He's got some other kid too that he sponsors or something.
Oh dear, he's got a whole team.
I forget the kid's name, but he's got this other kid that he races with them.
So he's got a midget car team.
Yeah, he's got a whole team going on. He's got a whole deal.
Remember when we were listening yesterday?
About the wrestling.
Yeah, what was that about?
Something about something he sponsors, or he's into high school wrestling down there.
My goodness.
Bubba's involved in high school wrestling somehow.
He's involved in so much shit, that guy, man.
Yeah, I said to Ronnie, I go, Ronnie, how does Bubba have time to eat? I mean, he's very heavy.
Even with the Super Bowl, he had rooms.
But
how does he have time?
He's always talking about how these restaurants send in wings and this and that, and they're always eating shit there. So
yeah, it's always like
if the food wasn't there, he'd be a lot healthier.
We got the flatbread from Tuscaloosa's, the bruschetta from Bennigan's.
The other day he had boxes of energy bars that he was raving about or something.
That's the other thing. He's always either got a new energy bar or a new energy drink. Because he and Spice Boy. How many of those have you had today? Because they'll gulp them by the gallons or eat them by the box.
And I used to be into those energy bars.
Yeah.
And you know what? They just put weight on you like crazy. I mean, because they're candy bars.
Yeah.
They're candy bars.
And they swear they can feel the energy.
Well, of course he loves them. He's eating candy bars.
His new energy bars he's got there now.
He should talk to me. Because I could get him.
He doesn't
thin.
want to talk to you because then,
then it's over.
Then it's over.
There's no party.
Well, and it's like the Italian food they get ordered down there is all that shitty like Olive Garden chain in a strip mall stuff.
Oh, it's great stuff according to him.
Oh, we got the Italian parm from Burger King.
This Tim was telling me this. What does he have?
Well, on his son's car, he has tire warmers. And what he does is he takes the tires and he wraps them in cellophane and then puts this like a cover around it, and he plugs it in and warms the tires so it conditions the rubber so when his son races on the weekends, the tires are nice and soft.
Those parents have no reason to be upset.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But then he's got the most elaborate rig. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Right.
I mean, I would love to be his son. It would be.
Do any of the other parents have any elaborate rigs, or is he pretty much dominating the sport?
I just think that he's, just a cut above everybody else.
So,
Now, let me ask you
is
something.
Bubba like the George Steinbrenner of that
I would think
sport?
so. I would think
of
so.
midget car racing?
Sure,
He's got it all locked up.
Yeah.
But is his son winning?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
His son is
no wonder they're all
and he's got his own website.
Of course, the kid's supposed to be
the
great.
kid has his own website.
How
absolutely.
old is the kid?
He's 5 years old.
And he's winning?
He's a
Right?
star.
Yeah. He's
Well, he
an
better
aggressive.
with that kind
Five.
Yeah.
with that kind of backup. He should really be.
Should be in NASCAR.
He is dominating the sport.
Well,
does his son have any endorsements yet?
I think he does, and I mean, they're good friends with Tony Stewart, so he's emulating.
Oh, I didn't know
Tony
this.
Stewart.
This is unbeknownst to me. Bubba's son racing will be on Howard TV tomorrow night. Evidently, one of his big races.
So now he's made it to Howard TV?
Yeah. The kid's on a roll.
But you know how young 5 is? Like, I thought he was 8 or something. 5.
Howard, I'll just read a real quick thing. He began racing at 3.
Yeah. Well, I know he's been in it for a while.
Boy, that's
Most of his life, as a matter of fact.
That's pretty foreign to me. I'll tell you that.
That's intense.
I think about my kids. I guess I didn't push them into anything. The
Well,
closest I
maybe
came was giving them karate lessons. But
Let's hope it's not pushing. And the son really enjoys it.
Robin, he's 5. What do you know? I mean, it's like,
Fred, how fast do they go in that? Maybe Ronnie knows.
I'll bet you they go like 30, 40 miles an hour.
No. Can a kid get injured doing that?
Well, they've got looking at the a picture of the thing. It looks like it has a big roll cage on there, and he's strapped in there.
It's
I mean,
a
anything's
lovely
possible.
button
I mean,
down.
if there's a fuel leak or something like
Right.
that, the damn thing could explode.
Are you allowed to drive at 5 years old?
Apparently-
legally?
Only on these
Well, here's the deal.
tracks.
He began practicing when he was 3.5, but according to the quarter midget racing rules or something like that, he couldn't race against other kids until he turned 5.
I know once I heard Bubba, he was upset because his kid wasn't old enough. He was capable, but they wouldn't let him
And
because he wasn't old enough.
The funny line is, the next line is from Bubba. Goes, when Tyler first started last year, I was so nervous, I thought I'd have to go to the doctor and get some medication to calm me down.
Oh, God.
What? How fast do they go, Ronnie?
Those, I think they do close to 100 miles an hour.
Oh, stop! No,
Wow.
stop it!
Yeah, 75 to 100 miles an hour.
Not little kids.
We shot this.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I'm
Ronnie,
telling you.
Ronnie knows.
I don't think it's that fast. We shot this.
Okay, those aren't dude, they're not go-karts. Those are quarter midgets.
Right. Sorry.
Quarter midgets, whatever that is.
Oh, look
We
at
shot.
that.
So we shot A Day in the Life of Bubba last year, and he goes to the track, and Bubba gets in one of these little cars that Tyler was driving in, and he's racing him and Tyler around this track. And Bubba's so freaking competitive. He cuts him off and knocks him.
He's got to teach him.
He
It's
was
so
hitting
disturbing
his
to watch.
son's car?
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much.
When's that going to be on TV tomorrow night?
I'll rerun the whole special.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we'll put it in this conversation and run the whole special.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Hey, it's Bubba here. I recently invited Howard TV to come down to my home in Tampa, Florida, and spend some quality time with me, my family, and friends. Check out how we do it in the Dirty South. It's a day in the life of me, Big Ass Bubba the Love Sponge. Say it.
What's up, Howard TV? Welcome to the day in the life of Bubba the Love Sponge. Today it's Saturday, and it's kind of one of my only 2 days I have to myself. Got a little bit planned today. The first thing I wanted to do today, I changed my own oil, especially my diesel truck, and spend some time with my son Tyler. And then maybe later tonight, go out to East Bay Action Track, watch my race car. So I'm going to change the oil in my truck. Typical Saturday of mine, usually have to do something mechanical. Just some alone time where the phone's not ringing, wife's not fucking with me, the producer's Brent and the guys aren't calling me up. Say hi to Howard TV.
Hi.
Just say, hi, Howard TV.
Hi, Howard TV.
Just me time. My truck, I got a 2008 Ford F350 Super Dually with about a 6-inch lift kit. Because it's a 15-quart diesel, holds about 4 gallons of oil. You got to have obviously a much larger pan to get all the oil out. I change my oil about every 5,000 miles on a diesel. 3,000 miles in a regular car, 5,000 on a diesel. It's going to be hot and it's going to be dirty. This is the fun part.
There you go. Man, she's hauling ass.
Changing my oil, my truck was a little bit messier than usual. Had one little mess up in the fact that the oil filter adapter that I usually use, I misplaced, so I had to use a regular standardized crescent wrench to try to get the oil filter off, and it didn't work out very well. So I'll have to do that another time. Look at that oil. Look how good that oil looks compared to the shit that I took out. So then you check your oil. You can see it's not over the stick. You don't want it up here. It's perfect. Max. All right, she's done. This is the shitty part right here. You think I'm dirty now. If you're gonna change your own oil like a hillbilly like me, have to do it this way, and then you'll take it to one of the oil change shops or something like that, because this is obviously an environmental hazard, oil. I know you guys are here, but regularly I like to piss outside, so I have to pee right now. I would go around the corner and pee. That's what I would do. But I don't want to see you guys see my cock or nothing, so I'm gonna pee. Pissing outside is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's as old as the cavemen, I would think. When I'm out working on a car, I mean, the fucking bathroom's a long way away. It's really the cool way to piss. I mean, I'm saving a lot of, what is it, 1.6 gallons per flush? Look at the grass. That's where I pee. Heather ran into some dirt or something. I'm not going to detail her car. I'm just going to quick power wash it real fast. Once I got done changing my oil, then I noticed that Heather had ran through something by picking the kids up, and there was a bunch of like tar or puke or something that was crappy in the back of her bumper. So I went ahead and pressure washed it a little bit. Didn't get the car full detail, just gave it a little pressure wash on the back to get the crud off. I was out changing the oil. I think Heather was inside, doing some baking, some laundry, some cooking.
Hi, come on in. I'm Bubba's wife, Heather, and welcome to our house. Okay, you're gonna follow me to the laundry room because I'm Cinderella at this house, and I do all like the cleaning and the laundry and the cooking and all that stuff. That's usually what I do on Saturdays. So come on, you can watch me fold some laundry. It's not that bad. We actually have some ladies that come and clean, but because you guys are here today, I had to tell them not to clean, so I'll be doing some of that. Yay. Bubba's shorts. Ew, my panties. Bubba does the laundry once in a while, but taking it out of the dryer usually consists of this. Heather! Come fold the laundry! Come on, Bianca. You are in our closet. Nothing too exciting in here except for a bunch of clothes. You want a shot of my panty drawer? And wait, here's the infamous big boy suit. We are in the pantry right now, and I'm going to make some peach apricot filled pancakes. This is the best pancake mix in the whole wide world. You can make waffles out of this too, it's the bomb. Bubba's been on his diet, and so he made me take out all the junk food, which I didn't take it out. I just put it down real low for the kids, and he won't look there, but I have a secret hiding place. Oh, well, these two drawers are where I hide secret stuff, like cookies and Pringles and all that, but because he never looks there. I'm so not Martha Stewart, but I do like to cook. I'm making peach apricot filled pancakes, and I'm using milk, butter, pancake mix, and some peach apricot preserves, along with 2 eggs. You have to mix the eggs and the liquid up first, and then you have to add the pancake mix. And then I have a special filled pancake thing. Okay, you guys are messing me up. I gotta concentrate. Here is the lovely filled pancake maker, which also doubles as a weapon when people act up. So that's gonna heat up on the stove while I come over and mix the batter. The key to awesome pancakes is batter that's not lumpy. Okay, what you're gonna do is spoon batter into these little round pancake deals, about fill them half full, and then you add the filling, and then you turn them in the little deal. See the little bubbles forming in the top? Like that one especially, that lets me know I can put my preserves in it now. So once you finish cooking those, then you get powdered sugar like this, and you kind of sprinkle them on them before you present them. These are my peach apricot filled pancakes, the final product. Woohoo! I'm gonna go show these to Bubba now and see if he'd like to take a little break from changing the oil in his truck.
Heather came out and presented me with this little fucking bullshit dish. I wasn't surprised that she came out and offered me, because she's always coming out pretzels, Red Bull, you know.
Would you like a pancake?
No.
Filled pancake? You want some water?
Nope.
Okay.
What do you got?
I just told you.
Oh, it's already made?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to have some. I don't know if she was showing off for the cameras or not, but she brought me this little fucking apricot pastry deal that she's never made before. But usually that's what she's doing, but it's something that I like, not something she's trying to show off to the cameras for.
Do you want me to feed it to you?
What is it?
Your peach apricot filled pancakes. Just try one.
No, I don't like that. I was kind of taken back by, you know, it was something that I have never seen on her, on the Bubba standardized little repertoire, what I usually like kind of deal.
All right. You want any water? Don't be rude.
I'm not being rude. That's like brand new shit that I've never seen before. Usually she'd come out with an egg sandwich or something I could actually enjoy, not some fucking Martha Stewart living pastry apricot willy bullshit.
Whatever.
So are you mad at me about the apricot deal? I just had never seen, you know, I'd never seen anything like that before. So I don't want you mad at me. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or nothing.
No, I'm not mad at you. That's cool.
I don't like apricot. When I went back in the house, I thought maybe I hurt her feelings a little bit, because she did try. I mean, you know, there's a lot. Here I am, you know, this fucking, you know, I didn't want to come across like as an unappreciative asshole. I think I may have kind of come across that way. But, so I wanted to go inside and make sure she knew that I was sorry for if it came across that way. She was only trying to do something nice, you know.
Do you want me to take Tyler with me to the store? Or are you guys going to leave for the track?
I think you can just stay upstairs.
Okay.
No way you can flirt with the produce guy. I'm just kidding.
Well, the cute guys are in the deli. Or they're not in produce.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I'm gonna go up and check on Tyler real fast. Say hi to Howard TV.
Hi, Howard TV.
Tyler and I are so close, man. We're like almost brothers more than we are dad and son. This is our upstairs movie theater / a little bit of a game room. He loves to play video games every once in a while. He can't play them a lot, but he plays them a little bit, right? Yeah. Tyler very much respects my authority, and I run pretty much a strict ship, but we also have a lot of fun. You want to go racing today?
Yes.
Yeah? You want to go to East Bay tonight for the Winter Nationals? He changed my life for the better, Tyler did. I love you. See you in a little bit. We're going to go racing. Okay? Hey, we're getting ready to go to the go-kart track for Tyler to practice and for me to get in there a little bit and drive around. So hop in, fellas. Tyler and I, when we can jet set out of the house and make it to the racetrack, we can. Tyler, are you okay back there? What you playing? World About Outlaws? Yeah? All right. We love the go-kart track. That's our home away from home. Traffic's fucking horrible. Jackass. We're out here at the Ambassador Racing School. It's where Tyler races every other Sunday. Tyler, you ready to do a little practicing?
Yes.
Maybe race Daddy a little bit? Mm-hmm. Maybe JR? Huh?
Yes.
When we went to the quarter midget track today, it was kind of more of a leisure fun kind of day. We were trying out Tyler's new car. Ready?
Yes.
Watch JR's hand signal.
Okay.
Okay. We like to get him a lot of seat time in there. We're not doing a lot of testing per se. We've already done that in the orange car. So today was kind of more of a fun day at the quarter midget track than it was a sincere, roll our sleeves up and do some actual testing day. We got Tyler in his real fast car, and we're out practicing, just doing some practice laps, checking some shock setups, some different tire configurations. Tyler's 5 years old. He'll be 6 in June. He's been racing since he was 3.5. He's been racing against other kids since he was 5 for just almost 9 months because the bylaws within the QMA, Quarter Midget Associations, states that you can't be on the track until you're 5. So he had about a 1.5 years practice prior to that, and he's been racing for almost a year, be a year in June. Track's real green, so it could be loose, which means we probably could spin out a lot. But we got to put thousands and thousands of laps of practice in order to be competitive. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to rub on my little boy, though. We get a little racing going. I probably won't be able to keep up with him. I was on the track with him today, kind of a double-edged sword. One, to have some fun. But 2, that's a brand new car. He's never raced the orange car against kids. He's raced the black car against kids. But so, you can go out there and practice till the cows come home. But until you have somebody out there racing with you, rubbing on you a little bit in close proximity and race conditions, you really don't get the full benefits of knowing what's going to happen in race conditions. I like going out there with Tyler because he can trust me. I'm not a kid. I'm not going to rub him. I'm not going to wheel hop him. I'm not going to spin him out. So he can put the car on the high side and know that I'm not going to come down on him and vice versa. So as we're getting acclimated to a new car, we've practiced probably 3,000 laps in that car. But the more race-like conditions that Tyler can have, the better. The more practiced he'll be in real life scenario kind of deal.
Hey, it was everything for me to get by him. Oh, good job, Ted.
He participated in 14 races this year and won 8 of them. So he does real well. I'm very fortunate to have a good racing son.
The car felt good and it didn't feel tired, nothing. And Dad's a good racer.
All right, so we're wrapping up the track. A little bit abbreviated here, but headed back home. I'm going to probably take a shower, rest for about an hour, and then we're going to head off to East Bay tonight and catch those dirt late models. You guys think we're on to some hillbilly stuff now? Ooh, wait till you see this. Went home, cleaned up a little bit, took a shower, and then off to the real racetrack, East Bay. And rolled up there and met Hogan. We're here at East Bay, just got here, and my best friend in the whole wide world, best man at my wedding, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, called me up early today and said, "What you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm going to East Bay, dirt tracking." And he's an old Port Tampa boy from back in the day. He's like, "Man, I can't get there fast enough." So here we are, let the festivities begin. I will warn you, this is Hogan's hometown, and he'll probably end up getting just absolutely killed by the autograph seekers, but he'll make the best of it.
It's all good. It took me about 10 minutes to get over here from the house.
Hogan's my best friend. He really is. I mean, I know that may sound queer, or cliche or gay, but we've been friends for well over a decade, and he's a very good friend of mine.
There's Tiz, man. Come here, bro.
Tizamania!
Come here. Let's get some action.
Tizamania! Say hi to everybody. Come here. Come on. Give me some.
We don't have any, what do you call it, gels, so let's get some action grease.
Oh, Wedge is getting ready to race? Oh, okay.
Let's get some axle grease on that mohawk, brother.
All right. Give me a kiss. Hogan makes it to the track about half a dozen times a year. And it's quite cumbersome, as you can see. It's just, we can't really enjoy ourselves because everybody goes crazy over Hogan, I mean, that's right down Hogan's demographic, people who want to go to the racetrack. Racing in itself is a whole subculture. Dirt, short track racing is as large as NASCAR, not in a one-time entity, but if you think there's about 300 or 400 of those dirt Saturday night races going on all throughout the country every Saturday night. So dirt Saturday night round-around racing is very cult-like, and the vibe is it's a whole different breed of people out there. They're very appreciative. They're homegrown. They're the salt of the earth. What are you gonna say to the Wedge?
All right, buddy, clear. Jesus, that's great, isn't it? All you can get.
We're gonna fire it up.
All right.
Here we go, buddy. Knopfwich was driving my car. It's the 101 Miller Lite Mopar Leaf, Oakley Dodge, and it's a 650 horsepower Mopar, Gary Stanton Mopar, with a rocket chassis.
We got a big motor, but we're out here just shaking it down for the season. So Keith's a 4-time winner of this event anyway. So we're just out here trying to shake this car down for me. This is the car I'll be driving later this year. We're just trying to shake this car down for me. There you go. It is exciting to watch my car race. It's more exciting when I'm driving my car and Keith is beside me, or we're racing the other 22 men out there. We placed, we started 10th in one of the B mains and finished 5th. So, we moved up 5 spots. My car did pretty good tonight, actually. We were using this particular national event to shake our car down for the local series, and I think we got some good data out of it.
We're standing right by the fence, and to kind of give everybody a sense of how fast these guys really go. They're getting ready to rip it right now. Watch this, Terry. Watch this.
Hogan and I were watching the races from VIP Tower, and I told Hogan, listen, you really can't appreciate how fast these guys are going until you get down on the track level, literally only a few feet away from where they're flying by you.
Watch how fast, watch how fast. Watch it, watch how fast.
Now, the downside of that is you're going to get smashed with dirt because, they're kicking up clouds of dirt like you wouldn't believe as they're getting into the corner. So Hogan, Big Bad Hogan, went down there with me, and he only lasted a couple of laps because it's quite brutal. It's shell shock when you first go down there. So we scampered back up to the VIP tower after that.
Fans are driving us crazy, so I don't really get a chance to enjoy it too much. I'm going to go back to the hauler, try to actually relax a little bit. Oh, Tyler loves coming out here and scraping mud off the car and helping what he can. Loves scraping mud. It's probably the only job he can really do. He'll check some air pressure.
Dizzy knows more about cars than most of the drivers.
Look at him. He's down there scraping at my boy.
Most of the drivers just drive. Tyler knows more about the mechanics of the car than most guys.
Get in there, Tyler. Get that.
Oh, I had a great time. I was a little bit, I was over all the cameras and all the people coming up, and I started kind of getting at my wits' end a little bit towards the end of the night.
All right, it's over. My boy Keith did pretty damn good, actually. We started like 10th or 12th in the B main, got up to 6th. Again, we're down about 150 donkeys. Had a great time, got to see a bunch of good people. It's kind of been a long night. Another 14 hours of taping for you guys, and 12-hour radio days through the week, so I hate to be a dick, but I've had enough of y'all, and take care.
My day overall was a typical day. Less the glitz and the glamour. That's about what I would do, seriously. Today was very typical of what I do on my downtime. My most rewarding part of my day today, as cliche and as queer as and you guys are all going to laugh and think that I'm a fucking fag, is when my son tells me, Daddy, thank you, I had a great time, or how much he loves me, or just to know that he's having a great time and that, all the hard work that I do and the 2 shows a day that I do and stuff are able to provide a good life for him and my wife. And that, at the end of the day, is the most rewarding part of my day.
That's a wrap.
I got to talk to her.
She's pregnant.
I know. I got to talk to her. I don't know what the hell she's doing.
I asked you if you were going to talk to her, so I'm glad you're bringing her in to
I'll do it here.
set her straight. Because if anybody needs setting straight, it's Angie.
I need to talk to her about a lot of stuff. So we're gonna find out what's going on. I do care about her, and I love
her. I think she's a wonderful person.
Yeah, but I don't know. Things sound.
Has she gotten a TV deal, or can we get an abortion?
I don't know. All right, we're going to talk to
an
Angie.
abortion is another show.
That would be a good show. All right, I'm going to talk to Angie Everhart in a few minutes. I've got a ton of stuff to get to, as you know. I barely scratched the surface. The cervix. And we'll be back right after these words.
Old friend of the show, man. Old friend.
Old flame.
An old flame, an old friend. Angie Everhart, bring her around.
Angie, good morning.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm awesome. Bright and early.
A little too early for you?
I'm not really a morning person.
No.
But, I'm glad some people are.
Are you excited to be back? It's been a while.
I haven't seen Howard in a while.
So what are you going to be talking about today, right in here?
I climbed Kilimanjaro. So we're going to talk about that. It's going to be on tomorrow.
Cool. All right, we'll see you in there.
Angie Everhart is here. I didn't realize Angie was coming in today. That's great. She's pregnant.
Yeah, we were doing this story not too long ago. It, I guess, showed up in page 6 that she's shopping a reality show based on her single momhood.
Well, she looks good. She can't be that pregnant because she's not got
she's
that.
Showing a little bit.
Let me take a look at you. Don't be so quick. Gary's blocking my view. Gary's pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
That was Gary.
Is that all right?
That's your... Yeah, I guess you do have a little bit of a belly.
I do.
A little bit.
That's kind of weird.
I can't hear you guys.
All right.
Gary, come on in.
They need to adjust your volume.
There's no volume here.
You're out of breath.
She can't
I was
breathe
excited
already
to see
from
you,
this
Howard.
pregnancy.
When you see me, it takes a woman's breath away.
I was excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you. Angie, I'm worried about you.
Why?
These things I'm hearing. Now, first of all, I'm going to talk frankly with you because we have that kind of relationship.
I'll stay out of this because you two are personal
Robin,
friends.
you already are like, I'm going to set her straight. I'm like, you should have seen my eyebrows lift in the other room. I was like, don't mess with a pregnant woman.
Robin tries to set us all straight. It doesn't
I'm
work.
like, come on.
Listen to
Especially before breakfast.
You're one of the most beautiful women in the world. You know that. Do you know that?
Thank you.
Do you know that?
No, but...
You know it. This girl would walk down the street, people would start honking horns. And people
I
would flip
don't
out.
doubt it.
All right.
She's hot.
She's hot.
Oh, God, yeah.
There's no question. Even pregnant, she's hot.
Even slobs like me know that.
Right. Even a slob like yourself knows that.
Knows that.
Okay, right. So you're one of the hottest women in the world.
Thank you.
Right? You can get any man you want.
Okay.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you had, who was it, Joe Pesci?
Well, yeah, we're going to get to that. I really need to talk to you. What's going on? What the plan? I want to know what the game plan is here. I'm going to talk to you the way a father should talk to a daughter.
Do you have a dad?
I'm here to promote something else, not about my baby.
Oh, we'll get to everything. Don't worry. Kilimanjaro. I got questions about that too.
But answer me. Do you have a dad?
Do I have? Yeah, I have a great dad.
Yeah.
My parents are really lovely people. They're happily married. Actually, I come from a family that really I have a good role model with parents. That's the reason why I'm not married, I think.
What?
Okay.
Explain that.
Well, because I was married one time and I don't want to get divorced again, so I want to wait until I fall madly in love to get married again. And this happened. I got pregnant. It's unexpected.
So it wasn't a planned
No,
thing. Okay.
it wasn't planned, but it's unexpected. but not unwanted. So I'm 39 years old. There's not many eggs left.
But wait a second. Now, listen, I know you're not talking about who the father is, but I know who the father is. I've read enough. Now, they're saying the father is the guy you had he was roughhousing you. What's the word?
He was violent? He was
violent with you. Is that true?
He was a batterer?
No.
It is not true. That's not the father.
Howard, move on.
Really?
Move on.
I'm worried about you.
Don't be worried about me. I'm fine.
Was this a booty call?
Oh, it's Jamie Foxx, the father?
Do I have to leave? Please?
No. You know, we're
Please.
just...
You know?
You'd be on a short list of Amy Fisher, Rachel Hunter, and you.
Am I being
I will
inappropriate?
leave.
No.
Don't leave. What? See, why didn't you call to discuss this with me? You need me to talk to you.
Yeah, I don't need anybody to talk to me. I'm fine, Howard. I'm having